All right. Yes. Hey, hi, hello. We are live. Um so yeah, sometimes I forget that I like literally did not go to school the whole week, so like by the time I'm streaming, like everybody who would normally be watching this is probably in school. Uh why do cars just now decide to be loud? I don't know. That's a me problem, but I wanted to do this cuz I'm upset and I freaking remembered this story from like I think a year I wouldn't say a year ago, maybe like a few months ago, that got me upset. So yeah, maybe I should like have something in the background so that y'all don't get bored. I don't know. Cuz who wants to sit there and watch me like usually when I'm doing like rant streams, I'm like drawing something in the background, but I'm on a Chromebook right now. So do with that information what you will. But yeah. So I remembered this story from like a few months ago, and for the sake of time, let's say this was a year ago, just to make things less complicated. I know it wasn't exactly a year ago, but let's just say it was close to a year ago. So a year ago, I had posted on my Wattpad, and I said this as a joke because I had done this before. And I said, people who announce and tag their crushes in posts are annoying. Like, shut up, nobody cares. And you know what I also did after that? Um, what are those things called? Um, you know how people use those like those oh god, what are they called? For like people who can't like understand like sarcasm or jokes or something. I don't remember what they're called, but I had used one of those, and also I didn't know that apparently it was offensive. Like I didn't know that using slash j at the end of your sentence was offensive to some people because apparently, well, somebody let me know that later on, and they said apparently I was mocking autistic people, even though that's not what I was doing. I just wanted to let people know that it was a joke. But yeah, anyways, that had happened. So yeah, two cancellations in one. But yeah, I had posted that as a joke, and I think like there were like two comments, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I hate when people do that." Oh yeah, totally couldn't be me. And then someone replied, "Oh god, I don't even remember, but it was something stupid like someone replied, "What? People giving other people affection is annoying?" And I was just like, "Oh god. Oh god, how do you follow me and don't know that I do this literally every single day of my life? Like, where have you actually been?" It's actually sad. And I deleted their comment because I had a feeling that if I kept it up, someone was going to say something rude to them. So I'm thinking, all right, either someone's going to end up saying something rude, or I'm going to have to be the one who Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I was being harassed, but what was I saying? Right. So, there are people on Wattpad who can't take a joke. The internet is full of how do I put this? Snowflakes who can't take jokes. Like literally, you could say one thing like pizza is bad, and then someone's gonna comment and be like, educate yourself. Like it's actually disgusting that you don't know that there are other foods that exist. It's like calm down. You're not allowed to have opinions. You're not allowed to say anything, even if you use at the end /J, which, like, literally everybody and their mother knows that it means it's a joke. Everybody and their mothers. Like, it's not even Stevie Wonder can see that, and he can understand. Yeah, that means that's a joke. But sometimes there are people who don't understand jokes, and I didn't want to have to explain that to them because I was just like, you know what, this is a waste of my time. If I'm just going to delete the post, I don't want to delete the post because it was funny to me at the time. And so I was like, I'm not going to delete the post just because one person didn't understand it and got offended. So I deleted their comment because I had a feeling that either Callista was going to try to explain it to them, who, if you don't know who Callista is my Wattpad best friend. And so I thought, well, either she's going to say something to them and going to try to explain it, and they're going to take it as a threat or an attack, because there are literally people on the internet who you can just explain something to. Like if they say something like, I understand this. And you're just like, okay, well, this means such and such, and this means such and such. And they'll just be like, excuse me. Like, okay, I wasn't asking. There are people who really act like that online. It's actually kind of sad. Like, literally. And then there's those people, okay, I'm going off topic, but and then there's those people where you can be looking at a meme or something and you'll be like, I don't understand what this means. Can somebody explain it to me? And then they're like, r/whoosh. Yeah, I don't get the joke and I'm asking, I'm sorry. But yeah, no, that's happened to me multiple times. Literally someone posted something on Wattpad or a reference I don't understand, and I said, I don't get it. And then someone's just like, r/whoosh. It's like, I don't even, we're not on Reddit. Shut up. Why are you near me? But yeah, what I was saying was I deleted their comment because I felt like someone was going to either explain it rudely or explain it normally, but they were going to take it as rude, or I was going to end up saying something, and I didn't want to say anything to them because usually if if someone says the simplest of things to me, I can get upset. I don't know if that's just me, but you can literally say something slightly off to me and then I will just not like you. I don't know. Literally I had this I went to this art camp in summer, and I had a great teacher. He was the best art teacher I've had. And then one day I forgot what it was he said to me, but it sounded way off. And I just didn't like him. He just had an attitude with me for no reason that day. And it was way off. And I just thought to myself, I don't like him anymore. I don't like it. I don't want to come back, And yeah, that happens with a lot of people. I don't know. That happens to me. And, sometimes people just say things that just I don't like it or get me uncomfortable or something. And then I'm just like, okay, I don't like you anymore. You can stop now. Let me think. What else was I saying? Oh, yeah. Right. So, back to the story. So I deleted the comment, right? That's it. It's over with. I have my joke. My joke is funny. People are replying. Oh, yeah, I hate when that happens. So, there are people in on the joke agreeing with me. And then I think, oh, thank God they stopped talking to me. And then they come back 2 minutes later. This person we're going to call Basil because that was their Wattpad username and what they go by. So, Basil. Also, no, it's not their full Wattpad username, so don't go and try and type in Basil, because one, they either changed it, or two, you're not going to find it. It's not their full username. I'm just using part of it so that I can, give them a name. So Basil comments 5 minutes later after that. They were like, wow, dude, it's kind of rude deleting someone's opinion because you can't take one. And so I was just like, can you, just leave or something, go away. I didn't say that to them, but I was just like, can you actually just shut mouth? And as much as I would love to reply, can you please shut the heck up to somebody? That's gonna lead into some problems. So as much as I would have loved to tell them to shut the heck up, I didn't. And I wanted to go tell them to go suck a lemon, but I didn't do that either. And um right, so I eventually just deleted the post. I deleted the post eventually. And then I had commented on Basil's message board. And I messaged them and I said, look, it's down now. You happy? And they didn't reply. And so I was like, okay, I don't know what else you could have wanted. I deleted the post that you thought, haha, not funny, offensive, and I deleted it because you got so triggered about me talking about how people were annoying me with their love bombing on my message board. I'm sorry that you got offended that I shared my emotions on my page. And so I deleted it and I told them, I was like, there, it's gone now, you happy? And they didn't reply. And so then I posted this by the way, this wasn't directed towards them. Like a lot of things had happened that day with drama with like Brooke. And also I was mad at one of my family members at the time. So that was just a stressful day for me. And so I had posted both simultaneously about Brooke and Basil. People are so annoying /J. And then two people who I didn't know, who we're gonna call Kate and Sonia, had replied, oh yeah, people who can't take jokes aren't funny. And one of them had replied, oh yeah, you talking about yourself? And I'm just sitting here thinking, who are you and what do you want from me? Like, what do you actually want from me? And so I deleted that too. And I'm sitting here like, this is actually ridiculous. Like, there are actually people who just don't like it when I post opinions. This is actually ridiculous. And, what's her face? Basil had sent those two, Kate and Sonia. Basil had sent Kate and Sonia to basically bully me on my own page. And they were spamming my board with stuff like, haha, annoying, haha, get trolled, haha, bye-bye, haha, get trolled, and rickrolling me. It's like, listen, you guys. In my years of living, if you're trying to harass or bully somebody online, whether it is as a joke or not, the last thing you should resort to is rickrolling or yo mama jokes, because trust me, there's been somebody who's been beefing with me for like the past few months who thinks that rickrolling and yo mama jokes are funny during an argument. Like, haha, but why don't you go tell your mom that? Haha, that's not what your mom said. Like, is that supposed to be funny? Is that supposed to make you win the argument? Because I don't understand. Where are you? Are you still in 2017? I don't understand why that's funny. And then that person had also rickrolled my sister. I don't get why that's supposed to be funny. You could easily find the comment. I'm not going to tell you which video it's on because then that's going to lead in her getting harassed. And I don't want people harassing her, even though I'm not going to say she deserves it, but that's going to lead in people then bullying her. And then that's just going to result in more problems for me because then I'm going to have to deal with that. And then she's going to be telling people that I sent people to bully her. So let's not do that. That's why I'm not telling you who it is and what comment section it was on, because then people are going to go start fighting her. And that's the last thing I want. So, yeah, I don't want to talk about that anymore and that person, although she does tie in with some of the stories I'm going to tell. But as far as I'm concerned, that's over. If you guys remember that video I made called the drama is over, I'm ending it here. There were like 3 people who got mad at me for posting that because they were like, okay, well, if you had drama on some other site, there was no reason you had to take it over to YouTube. It's like, I didn't even tell you who it was. First of all, I did not tell you who it was. Nothing I said indicated who it was. I did not give out her username. I did not give you her real name. And basically, I gave everyone in the story fake names, except for Brooke and my cousin. So I don't know how that would have led into harassment when I did not say any personal info of anybody in the story. You could not possibly tell who I was talking about. I said K. Her name was Kay. I named her Kay. And I was like, oh, Kay did this, Kay did that, Kay talked about this throughout the whole live stream. So I'm not sure how you could have possibly figured out who it was from me saying literally the letter K. I don't know who. Well, good luck trying to find it. Good luck trying to find who it is, because literally I gave out no information that would have told you who it is. I literally said one of my friends. That could mean anything. That could mean anybody on Earth. But aside from the fact that people are idiots, what was I talking about? All right, so Basil, Kate, and Sonia. I keep wanting to call Sonia Sona because that was her that was part of her username. But also, if I feel like if I say Sona, I'm gonna think of Sona draws stuff, and that's not who I'm talking about. I hate it here. Okay, Sonia and Kate were then sent to spam my message board with stuff like, haha, get trolled, haha, rickroll, haha, your mom. And it's like, it makes it like 10 times unfunnier. Like, do you really enjoy copy and pasting a link onto my message board? Is that really funny? And, you know, the fact that I can also just, like, block you makes it a little less funnier, too. Like, you know, you're gonna paste it one time, and then I'm gonna get tired of you and block you. So, I don't exactly get how that's supposed to be funny. Also, I thought we left rickrolling back in, like, I don't know, a few good years ago. I don't get why that's still funny. Honestly, if you rickroll me, I'm just gonna sit there and listen to the entire song. Like, who says I can't? But yeah, no. Also, I don't get how it was ever funny. Like, can somebody please explain the meme to me? Like, of just sending this person a link to a song. I don't get why that was always funny to people. It's literally just a song. I don't understand why it's become such a big meme. It's not even funny. But anyways, right, aside from me venting out my anger about people rickrolling me and how it isn't funny and how they need to stop doing that because it's clearly hurting my feelings. Oh, I'm just a sensitive little baby. It's just hurting my feelings. Like, can we please stop? But right, so they were sent to spam my message board, and I asked Basil. I was like, what do you want from me? The message is gone. I don't know what you could possibly want from me. And she was like, maybe you could apologize? No, I'm not going to apologize to you. You're sending people to fight me. I'm not going to apologize to you. No. I'm not going to apologize to you. But imagine this, right? So you're with someone. Let's say you guys are getting ice cream, and this someone smacks your ice cream out your hand, and then you start crying, and then they start crying, and then you guys are trying to make up, and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, what can I do to make you stop crying? And they're like, well, maybe you can apologize for making me cry. You know, that doesn't make sense, right? So basically that's what was happening here. So basically she had made ignorant comments, sent 2 people to spam me, and then was like, well, maybe that wouldn't have happened if such and such, or maybe that wouldn't have happened if you didn't post this. It's like, why? Just why? Watch, somebody's gonna come into this stream, like, randomly, and it's gonna be somebody that I know, and they're gonna think I'm talking about them. See, this is why I don't like doing rant streams, because it's like, I could be talking about anything, and then somebody from my Wattpad page would come in and think I'm talking about someone else. And then they're probably gonna clip it and then post it on YouTube and be like, she's still talking about me? I've had somebody clip one of my live streams. I'm not even kidding. I've had somebody clip one of my live streams and be like, she's still talking about this drama? Yeah, I'm not even joking. I've had someone clip one of my live streams. But yeah, hold on. I'm gonna try to find when I wrote about this to one of my friends, or when I vented about this to one of my friends, because I actually cannot remember the full story. I want to see if I still have those messages. So yeah, in the meantime, what's going on with everyone? How's everyone's day going? All 0 people watching this because you are in school. But you know, for the future people who are going to be watching this stream, what's going on? Let's see. Wait. I think I might have found it. It's not. Okay, this is not what I was looking for. Oh, how lovely. How lovely. Okay, I found it. All right, here we go. So I'm kind of gonna either paragraph or read out the whole thing to you, but I think I'm gonna paragraph it or read. I'm just gonna read it to you. So here we go. Okay, so I posted something along the lines of people who say I have a crush on tags person are annoying. I don't care /J as a joke because I've done that before and it was supposed to be hypocrisy. So someone, I'm not giving out names, so let's call this person Basil, replied with, so people who show others love and affection are annoying. I have the screenshots. I'm reading off the screenshots and I'm kind of paraphrasing what I said from the message. Which clearly they didn't get the joke because I've done that multiple times before. And something told me, you're getting too upset over this, don't reply or just delete it, and so I deleted it. I see, that didn't really make sense. I could have explained that better, me just saying, just delete it. That kind of makes me sound like a terrible person, so for reference, I'm thinking, yeah, they're probably gonna get bullied for not understanding the joke, so I'm just gonna delete the comment and end it here. A few minutes later, Basil says, wow, deleting replies aren't cool. Expect people to share opinions when you post something so controversial. Did you expect everyone to agree? Which, it's not that serious. It's not like I posted something about, like, political debates or something. I literally just made a joke about how people are annoying, and they said something so controversial. Is it really that serious? It's really not. It's not like I said Katy Perry sucks. It's not that serious. So I deleted the post because clearly my controversial joke was just too much for Alex to handle. So then I post people are annoying /J. Basil replies, people are allowed to have opinions. Me deleting a comment on my message board because it made me feel upset meant that I can't handle opinions. Makes sense. Anyways, I tried to explain that I probably would have replied with something rude if I kept the comment up. Now, out of freaking nowhere, 2 people go onto my post attacking me saying stuff like, are you talking about yourself? And says the person who can't handle opinions. So this is Kate and Sonia. This is where Kate and Sonia come in. These are the 2 people who are now about to start spamming my message board. If I sound robotic, like I said, I'm reading off the message I sent to my friend. So I'm reading off the message, so I'm kind of reading what I had said and kind of paraphrasing. Okay. Which, forget it, because the situation would have just gotten away if I stopped replying to Alex. These 2 people are going to be called Kate and Sonia. So Sonia says, you're the one making drama, and the comment was just sharing an opinion which you should have expected. So I tell a certain person about this. Okay, so the certain person who I'm talking about is, okay, K. It's K again. I know. Oh, she's still talking about K. I know. How ridiculous of me to bring up someone in a story. But if you know what's going on with that, if you know, you know. So, yeah, Kay is in this. And I know she's going to be watching this, and then she's going to try to crop this part out and be like, ooh, she's still talking about me. But, yeah, no, she has no part in the harassment in this story, so it's not me trying to, like, get people to, like, think, oh, this is a bad guy. She's literally just in this story because I told her about it. She's literally just in this story because she helped end the drama. So I don't know. Kudos to you, buddy. Thanks for that. Love you. I don't know. And I love how she literally sent people to harass me, and I just said I love her. You know what? It's fine. Yeah, I love everyone. I love a lot of people. Love her too. Right, so I tell a certain person about this, and certain person, I literally had her as certain person because I didn't want to share the fact that I had contact with her. So we're going to replace certain person with K about this. And I commented something on Basil's message board. It wasn't rude, she was just saying to stop bothering me. I don't remember what she said exactly. I don't have the screenshot of that, but I do remember that it was just a calm explanation of the joke. And Sonia and Kate take this as, oh no, she's sending people to attack us. Which, mind you, the whole reason Sonia and Kate are there is because they were sent to attack me. So I was offline to calm down while they were arguing, but later on someone says I escalated the situation when I was not online most of the time. That did in fact happen. I was taking time offline to calm down because, whenever you get into an argument or something, it gets really stressful. So then you're just like, okay, I need a break off of this. And so I went offline, I drank some water, I went to go touch some grass. I chilled out basically for like 20 minutes while they were handling the situation. And I assumed that they were just talking like civil people, like, hey, this isn't what she meant. But no, they were full on arguing when I got back online. Like, when you tell somebody to explain to someone who's harassing you, hey, can you please get this person to stop harassing me? You think, oh, they're going to come up to them and kindly be like, oh, can I explain this to you? Not full on keep the situation going with arguing. Like, I said positive. I was going to send positive and love to her only. So, positive and love. She did the right thing. But yeah, somehow I had escalated the situation even though I was not online. So that calmed down. I was still upset, but I went to go apologize to Basil, who had posted this in the last few minutes. Don't post controversial stuff if you can't handle the opinions. So basically, when I came back online, they were still arguing. And I went to Basil's account to apologize because I was like, you know what, maybe this will all just be over if I just say, look, I'm sorry that I posted something that was too much for your sad little snowflake heart. And so I was going to apologize to Basil on her message board, but she had posted on her message board like 2 minutes prior, don't post controversial stuff if you can't handle opinions. And so I'm thinking, okay, yeah, I'm not going to apologize to you anymore. Now you're just trying to keep this going. You don't deserve an apology. So I checked to see if okay, hold on, wait, this isn't important. You know what? Okay, it kind of is important. I'm just going to share this. So at this point, the drama's over. Like, they stopped arguing. They had all blocked each other. So at this point, it's over. And here's the next part of the messaging where I tell, like, what happened after. So then I checked to see if they were saying anything else about me, which, no, they were just talking to one of my friends. So this conversation is going on between Basil and one of my old friends. So Basil says to my friend, I noticed you followed me. Did you see the situation? And my friend says, yeah, I didn't want to get involved. I saw the argument and decided to follow you because you seem smart. And Basil says, oh, thank you. I would love to be friends. So I'm just sitting here thinking, oh, that's great. That's lovely. I have lost one more person in my life, which that happens to me like every single goddamn month. So I don't know why I'm surprised anymore. I always lose people. And, two, freaking, she now has one of my friends on her side. So one more time's harassment. Yay. Yeah. So, long story short, Basil and my friend are now commenting on their message board, or on Basil's message board, in capitals for me to see because they know that I can still see Basil's message board. They are saying stuff like this. Oh, maybe we should talk about this in private message. Wouldn't want to start drama. Oh yeah, good idea. We shouldn't post controversial stuff to the public eye. And they were quoting Kay, in case you couldn't figure that out. They were quoting Kay, who had said, please don't post controversial stuff to the public eye. And so they were basically quoting her, which made me upset, because it's like, if you want something to stop, do you think... Okay, let me bring an example. Okay, let's say you are in an argument with someone, and you want the argument to stop. So let's assume this argument is between you and one of your friends, and your friend is like, I don't know, oh, you touched my Takis, and you're like, no, I did not eat your Takis, bestie, shut up. And, you guys are going back and forth. So how would you end this situation? Would you, A, try to keep insulting them, and then walk away, and then talk to other people about them? Or B, just walk away and not talk to them anymore? Which one of those seems more rational to you? I don't know. Maybe if you want something to stop, don't keep the situation going and then walk away and then talk to other people about it. Had something like this not even a day ago. Bro, people suck so hard, I swear. It's unfortunate. if you want something to end, then just stop talking about it. Like, you're not forced to keep going back and forth in an argument. No one's telling you to. You can just as easily, like, block the person and walk away. It's really not that serious. So, oh boy, here's a fun little screenshot I got from, cropped from one of Sonia's conversations with me. This is a screenshot, so I'm just reading what they said, and I'm gonna have to censor some words. Haha, pathetic. How about you shut up and keep your thoughts to yourself? Because nobody following this account gives two craps about you. You have no freaking right to act like this to Basil, and it's their opinion. And Mel, as I'm assuming your name is, put that in the public and should have been ready for a response that didn't necessarily agree with them. All because I said people are annoying /J. Keep in mind, all of this I've been talking about for 30 minutes, all of this happened because I posted one sentence. People are annoying /J. Buffering brain is burning. I'm sorry, I've been talking about this for 30 minutes. I'm not sure if you were here for the full 30 minutes, but, long story short, I posted a joke, someone got mad, got people to attack me, their little snowflake heart couldn't handle the fact that I said people were annoying. I apologize. But, yeah. Let's see, what else is going on here? Okay. Right, so then Kate had said something along the lines of, on her message board, well, that was fun. The person I was arguing with realized I didn't give two craps and shut their mouths, which I just wasn't there. So, yes, I did in fact shut my mouth, but I just was not there. So, yeah, that was fun. That was the end of that. I never had to talk to any of them ever again, so that was great. Yeah, no, I never had to talk to them ever again. So that's fun. That was really fun. That was a really fun time, you guys. That was a really fun time, you guys. So oh god. So I had so let me explain. I had a plot points, I guess, or a list of things that I wanted to talk about in this video or in this live stream, or just stories that I wanted to share, but basically just me ranting about stories. And I found one where it was called Explaining the Drama Between Melanie Martinez and Timothy Heller. And oh my god, the amount of times I've had to talk about this is ridiculous. Okay, so if anybody was there for my crackhead live stream that I did with my cousin and I think 3 or 4 of her friends, that video was originally a rant video, and I was talking about this exact situation. So we're shifting on to a new story. So I was going to talk about that, but then my cousin asked to join the live stream. I was banned from a server because I was there a single day. What happened? Can I get a full story? Like, what? Because you were there a single day? Were you not supposed to be there? I don't know. I kind of want a full story to that. But, right. So I kind of want to talk about this, even though the situation is long over, but there are still people who have no idea what's going on, and then they just see something and they're like, all right, victim blaming time. So basically, I'm gonna sound stupid talking about this, and I'm really gonna have to dull down the what was I saying? Dull down the topic, because this is a really little later. Oh, okay. Because this is a kind of sensitive thing to talk about. So trigger warning. Come back in maybe a few minutes if that's a bad. I don't know if you get triggered easily. But basically, story is about SA. If you don't know what SA is, it's I think you can figure out what SA is. But yeah. Gonna head out. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, see you later. Right. So, essay. I'm gonna dull down this conversation because YouTube is not gonna like me talking about this. So, we're gonna have to substitute out words. So, drama between Melanie Martinez and Timothy Heller. If you don't know who either of those people are, 1, where have you been? And 2, I basically talk about Melanie literally all the time on every social media I have. So Melanie Martinez is basically a pop singer. I don't want to say pop. She makes different kind of genres of music, but mostly pop. And she's known for her album Crybaby and her movie K-12. And most notable, if you ask like anybody about her, they're probably gonna say something about the girl who wears baby clothes. So yeah, I guess you could call her the girl that wears baby clothes, even though she doesn't run around looking like a baby all the time. It's just an aesthetic for her music videos. Like Megan Thee Stallion did it, so I don't know why it was a problem when Melody did it, but not Megan. Okay, side noting from the story I'm about to tell. When people always bring up like for short, I'm just gonna call her Mel, and some people know me as Mel because I go by Mel on Wattpad, and also I have called myself Mel on multiple live streams. So I am Mel, but we are talking about a different Mel because I'm gonna get tired of saying her full name. So Mel, which someone's probably gonna understand, like, why am I talking to myself in third person? So I'm not talking about me here. I'm talking about a different Mel. You know what? Maybe I should just call her Crybaby. What matters? Melanie, Crybaby, either one. Melanie. Okay, so Melanie, has this sort of aesthetic, right? So in her music videos, most notably Crybaby, here, I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can kind of get a taste. Just give me a second, you guys. So maybe I didn't pull up the best examples, but I'm sure we'll be able to find something that should like basically get my point across. So if you search up just Crybaby Melanie Martinez, you should be able. I just realized I'm on my school account, and like my school is going to be able to see this. So, anyways, here's Melanie and all of her beautiful, beautiful glory. She occasionally dresses up as a child, as you can see here, for her videos. And apparently that's a problem to people, because her videos are to tell a story. The story is basically about this little girl, and her name's Crybaby, and it's not about a literal baby. It's, I don't know how to explain this to you. Oh my god, I would totally wear this, but, I'm not sure how to explain this to you. Hold on. Let me just search up the music videos so you guys can like get a better sense of what I'm talking about, so that you guys can see her outfits. Right. So this is the outfit most people are like complain about. Like, she's sitting in a high chair. Why is she doing that? She's like 26. Why are you doing that? So yeah, her videos basically tell a story. I'm not gonna explain them well. So if you really need to know, you can just like look at Crybaby or like any of her other videos you choose. But they all tell a life story about her character, and you know, her character lives in like a sad, broken home where like she's has to like suppress her feelings and stuff like that. So yeah, that was basically me just kind of explaining it. But a lot of people get mad that she wears clothes like this, even though like it's her decisions. I don't know why you're getting so mad over that, but yeah, I don't know why I'm not. This was the outfit that a lot of people were confused about. I'm not sure why I'm not able to find like any of the videos I'm trying to find. Like literally as soon as I try to find them, they don't pop up. But yeah, no, as you can see, most of these aren't even babyish. Like, they're just dresses. Anyone can wear a dress. It doesn't matter. None of these are very babyish. She wears like this kind of like bib sometimes, but that's only like sometimes. And you know, it's mostly just frilly dresses. But also this like she wore something her age one time, and then people got mad still. So yeah, that's it. That's all I had to show. But if you really want to know something, she doesn't walk around looking like that all the time. That's not how she dresses all the time. People really think that she goes around running around dressed like a baby 24/7. But she doesn't dress like that 24/7. I just thought I'd let you guys know that. Because people are always talking about how she's always running around dressed like a baby and how she needs to grow up. But if you literally could look at any picture of her like ever, she dresses like a normal human being. It's really not that serious. She dresses like a normal human being. But yeah, no, just thought I'd share that. All right, so her. Yeah, if you literally hear anything about anyone, if you were to hear anything about Melanie by anyone, it would probably be, oh yeah, that girl who wears baby clothes, or oh yeah, that girl who cries a lot, or like, K-12 flying bus, stuff like that. Just random references. Um so yeah. Um I just thought I'd throw that in because that bothers me a lot when people say she's just running around dressed like a baby 24/7, when no, she's a normal person and dressed as a baby one time in one of her music videos to tell a story. But apparently that's just wrong. You cannot dress how you want. The internet will be mad at you. So right, Timothy Heller. Timothy Heller is a snake. I don't know if she still acts the way she does, and I suggest you watch Piper Sweeney's video on this to like get the full story. But basically Timothy Heller lied about Melanie essaying her so that she could gain more followers and people would listen to her music out of pity. So yeah, talk about a pity party. I'm sorry, that joke was out of pocket. I didn't need to say that, but yeah, here we go. I'm gonna be paraphrasing from what I wrote down. Uh, so I got this idea because okay, I'm gonna have to substitute these words. Oh my god, how am I gonna substitute these words? I say it so many times. Uh, okay, I'm gonna replace the maps. Everybody knows what maps are, right? Not like the Google Maps, not like the maps that you look at to find out where you're at. Like Twitter maps. Like those gross people. I'm going to assume everybody knows what they are, but maps are you can Google it. You can figure it out yourself. But yeah, I'm going to replace the bad P word with maps because I say it a lot in this. I don't remember why, but I do say it a lot in this. So we're gonna replace it with maps so that YouTube has no idea what I'm talking about. And I'm not sure what to call this R word. Violator? Violator. I guess we're gonna say maps and violators. Uh, because everybody should know what that means. Okay, here we go. So let's explain the situation. A few years ago, Timothy Heller accused Melanie Martinez of violating her or essaying. And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna read I'm obviously not gonna read what she posted. I posted the full story on my Wattpad, which nobody knows because I'm not giving up my Wattpad. But yeah, I do have the screenshots here, and I'm not going to be reading what she posted on Twitter because I'm not going to read her weird Wattpad twisted fantasy thing that she wrote about Melanie violating her. I'm not reading that. That's disgusting. So yeah, long story short, she's a liar. She's a pony full of baloney, and why I brung this up originally was because, I would not be talking about this to this day if this was not said to me. So a few days ago, someone had said to me, how come you support Melanie? And I said, well, I don't know. She just makes good music. I'm just here because she seems like a good person. And they were like, well, you do know that she's a map. And also she is a violator and she violated multiple people. And I'm just sitting here thinking, what are you talking about? Literally, okay, I'm not even kidding. If you just search up Melanie Martinez, Timothy Heller, the first thing you'll find is an article debunking the whole thing. I'm not even kidding. The first thing you will find is an article debunking the whole thing. And I'm going to give facts. I'm here with the receipts. I'm here with the receipts. All right, I did my research. I'm here with receipts. I got the screenshots and everything that I'm not going to be reading because those are gross. But still, I got receipts. So, yeah. So if an uneducated person comes up to you and says something along the lines of that, literally just tell them to Google the situation. Like, it's not that hard. Like, you can literally just, wasn't there like some kind of screenshot that surfaced and Timothy had just posted like with no context, fine, it's fake. I think that was a fake screenshot, but I don't know. I just saw that like floating around at the time the drama had happened. I think it might have been fake, but like literally if you just search up Timothy Heller, Melanie Martinez, I'm sure that's one of like the first screenshots you'll find. But yeah, literally if you could just search up, drama Timothy Heller, Melanie Martinez, you'll find that she posted on her Twitter like something like there, it's fake or something. But I think that might have just been a fake screenshot. I'm not sure. But here we go. Let's bring up the plot holes in her story that I'm not gonna read. But long story short, the story was she's at a sleepover. Melanie tells her to smoke. She smokes, and then they do the do. So yeah, that's basically it. So let's see some plot holes here. So Mel, who I'm just gonna abbreviate to Mel, or yeah, we're just gonna abbreviate to Mel. Not me, Mel, but Melanie Mel. Mel was on tour in New York City while Timothy was in Los Angeles at the time she claimed the essay had happened. How could she have done that from so far away? I don't know. Also, I got these points from Piper Sweetie's video, in case you want to watch that. Or I think, oh my gosh, wait, have I been calling them a her? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I think I've been calling Piper Sweeney a her. I forget that. Oh my gosh, I'm so. If I addressed Piper Sweeney as a her, I'm really sorry. But him, I mean him. I'm so sorry. I'm so used to calling him a her because he used to use her, she pronouns, so I'm sorry. But I got this from his video. His new YouTube name is like The Crow, formerly known as Piper Sweeney, but I'm sure if you just search up Piper Sweeney you can find it. Like, you don't have to type in all that. But yeah, this is where I got most of these from, which actually makes sense if you watch the video. At the time, Mel had blonde hair, but when Timothy posted an evidence photo of their sleepover, Mel's hair was purple. So, that's just basic. You don't have to be, it's not rocket science. You can just figure out, oh, hey, you posted this photo of you guys having a sleepover, but Mel has purple hair. But at the time, Mel did not have purple hair. So yeah, it's not rocket science. You don't have to be a detective to figure that out. So either that's a reused photo or it was a photo that was just taken, like recently. It's not like her hair was only purple for that day. Timothy stated that the sleepover lasted 2 nights. That's just a problem within itself. If you were, okay, let's just say if someone were bothering you or, making you uncomfortable in a situation at a sleepover, do you think you would A, get up and leave, or B, stay there to get harassed another night? Because I know I would be up and out of there. I don't know about you, but I would not stay to get harassed another night. I don't know about, that's just me. I'm just kind of quirky like that. But yeah, no, that's not, no. Okay. Timothy posted the claim a few days after her first song dropped and no one paid attention to it. That's just basic timing. You can figure it out. Like, hey, my song's not getting attention, so I'm going to lie about a big singer, essaying me. So yeah. Here's the most important thing that no one really talks about. She keeps talking about it to this day. Like, you think if something so traumatic had happened to you, you would not keep talking about it. You'd think if you were assaulted at a sleepover, you would not keep bringing that up. You'd think you want to put that past you or, like, stop talking about it. But the fact that to this day, she still posts stuff like, oh my God, you guys, remember that time when Mel assaulted me? It's like, oh my God, people are gonna, I swear, somebody who doesn't know that I'm not talking about me is gonna clip that and be like, Mel assaulted somebody? I swear, somebody's gonna clip that. No, not me, Mel. Not me, Mel. Melanie Martinez, Mel. Not me. I'm just abbreviating her name because I'm tired of saying her full name. So, yeah. But, yeah, she keeps talking about it. And every single time she posts a new song that gets no attention because, like, nobody knows who she is, or she has this small little fan base of people who are like, oh, yes, we defend. Every single time she doesn't get attention, she posts something like, hey, you guys, remember that time when, like, I almost sued somebody because they assaulted me at a sleepover and they won't admit it? Yeah, she keeps talking about it. So, a few days after Timothy had made the claims, Mel posted a picture of herself on Instagram, and what did Timothy do? She cosplayed as her. You'd think if someone did something so criminal to you as to SA you at a sleepover, drug you, you would not cosplay as them a few days later,
You'd think, your brain. I do not care how brain dead you are. You would think that if someone did something so terrible to you, you would not go on to cosplay as them a few days later. I'm not even kidding. I have the screenshot. Hold on. I'm gonna try to find it. Timothy Heller cosplays as Melanie. I found it, I think. Yes, okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to... Oh, okay, I found it. Hold on. Okay, so here is... Oh, wait, my screen's not sharing. All right, here we go. Screen share time, yay! So here is the original photo, taken just, I think a few days after the claims. So here's the photo she posted. And then here's Timothy. I can't read what the caption says. So she said this happened a year ago, but she took this photo a year ago with the Melanie look. I don't know, but in my opinion, why would you dress up as your assaulter? Yeah, that's a valid question. You know, a few days ago, a few days later, why would you dress up as somebody who did something so vile to you? You know, why do you think they'd do that? Well, yeah, I don't know. You'd think to not do that. Let's see, what else is going on? Oh boy, here's a fun fact. Usually when people try to claim that Mel is a, what was I gonna say? Either a map or, well, this has nothing to do with the map thing, but violator or something. They used the line, "She never said no," said by Mel when explaining the situation. But that was not all she said, and the sentence was badly cropped to be taken out of context. Yes, sentences can be cropped to be taken out of context. I know, would you believe it? People edit stuff. The full statement was, "Never said no to what we chose to do together." So yeah, that's basically the full thing that she said in her interview. That's not that didn't need to be cropped. It really didn't. I don't know who did that. I don't know why that started circling around, but it did not need to be cropped. Oh god. Oh no, here we go. Oh god. Okay, going to the Melanie is a map thing. Yay. I forgot these two chapters were combined. So here I am now talking about Mel dressing as a baby. Right. So here goes the map thing. Okay. So now that that's over, now to the next topic of Mel is a map. I'm gonna be using map in case you didn't to substitute the bad p word. Because then YouTube is probably like never gonna monetize my channel whenever I hit 1K, and that's what we don't want to happen. So, all right, to get this out of the way. Okay, hold on, wait. I'm just paraphrasing here. That may sound weird. This whole thing is gonna sound weird. Like, if you have no idea who Melanie is or what I'm talking about, this is gonna sound really weird out of context. But yeah, all right. So for context, if you don't know, her whole aesthetic is babies. That may sound weird, and people think it's some kind of weird. How do I say this without sounding weird? Kink. It's not. It's really not. She dressed like that once. It's not that serious. But that's not what it is. So I'm gonna explain the album and what it means. To get this out of the way, Crybaby isn't about babies. Thank you. That's not at all what it's about. Okay, here we go. Here goes the not the paraphrasing, but just rereading back what I said. But the song Crybaby is an introduction to her story, also known as the universe she puts this character in. Crybaby is Melanie, and the song is about how she was bullied for being sensitive, long story short, but people might have found it weird to see a grown woman in a high chair dressed in colorful clothes. Which, yeah, was weird, but it was for visuals. Crybaby is not an album about a literal baby. It's a coming-of-age story about how a sensitive woman is treated like a baby. That's it. That's all I had to say. And then it just ends there. I don't remember what I was going to say after that, but then it just ends there. So, yeah. And then also, here at the end, I bring up the point that I said earlier before I started this. I get upset when someone calls her style childish when she only ever dressed like that for a music video. And if you see any pictures of her outside her albums or tours, she wears normal clothing like a normal human. She's not running around dressed like a baby 24/7. I guess you could argue that she did in K through 12, but K through 12 was literally about like her over dramatized school experiences, or at least that's how some people interpret it. But K through 12 is literally just a whole metaphor for America and the government. So really, the whole movie is just a metaphor, and it's not really meant to be taken serious, or not. I mean, it is meant to be taken seriously, but it's an artistic film, so it's like you can watch through it, but you'll still be like, "What the heck was that? I don't understand." But when somebody explains to you, like, "Yeah, this is about America and the government," you're just like, "Oh, so this baby really wasn't choking out someone with her braids. It was a metaphor." It's really weird once you watch the whole thing. You turn around for 1 second and then she's like half naked in a cake, but it's all a metaphor for something. I can semi explain that to you. Also, when I had brought up the crackhead stream earlier that I did with my cousin and our friends, so remember in the beginning of that, for anyone who was there at the beginning, I was essentially going to do this same type video where I ranted about the whole Timothy Heller thing, but I also wanted to bring up another important thing, and it's that Melanie is not a map, nor does she support maps. I don't know where this came from, but she made one song to spread awareness about creepy old men, and now all of a sudden everybody thinks that she likes children. That's not how that works. So tag your it. Hold on, I'm gonna bring up some visuals here, like I did in the last stream, but I didn't get to because someone had joined the live stream with me. That's not me complaining, also, by the way. It's just me literally stating what happened. Tag your it. Okay, so if I could explain tag your it to somebody who had like literally no idea what this. Hold on. Let me try to find the visuals here. If I could try to explain this music video to someone who had no idea, I would say little girl gets kidnapped by a wolf. Yeah, basically, little girl gets kidnapped by a wolf. Here's the visuals here. This is actually, not to brag or anything, but I have the Crybaby coloring book, and this is a page I didn't do yet, so I'm still excited for that. Not to flex on anyone, but I'm happy about that. But yeah, practically she gets. I'm not sure if I can find any pictures of her getting snatched by a wolf, but it is what happens. Essentially, she's. Okay, let's just start from the beginning. Oh my gosh, this is some really pretty fan art, and I love it. But essentially, she's this. Okay, no one's gonna understand this beginning, but she's throwing away. She's throwing away these like invitations and everything from her party. Okay, here's the picture. But yeah, her album like kind of picks up where it left off. Like where it left off is she invites a bunch of people to a party and no one shows up, so then she goes crazy and starts stabbing everything. And then here in Tagger it picks up where that left off, and now she is throwing out stuff from her party. So as she's walking outside, she sees an ice cream truck, and yay, ice cream! Who doesn't love ice cream? But the ice cream man is a scary wolf dude, and I'm talking like really fast and no one's gonna understand what I'm talking about anymore. But yeah, Ice Cream Man is a scary wolf dude. And Scary Wolf Dude is trying to lure her into the van. And we don't like that. Not at all. I'm just should I stop flipping through pictures? I just need to find one that explains the whole thing. So here we go. Scary Wolf Man. Oh, okay, here's a GIF, so I guess that's semi better. So Scary Wolfman trying to get her to buy ice cream. So she goes to the store and she's thinking, well, I'm going to cheer myself up with some freaking cereal or something. I don't know what the heck she's picking up, but I think it was cereal. And so she's getting herself a bunch of sugary snacks that she can just indulge in and cry. And the cashier, who also plays Angelita in her next movie, which I just thought that was cool how they technically knew each other before they first met. Like, she was kind of like a guardian angel. Like, I don't know much about the lore here, and as much as I would love to make a whole story about the timeline and lore, which I will probably make another video about unless someone is interested in that, and if I have time to do that in this video, I will. But, I want to explain the lore in the Crybaby universe, but I'm not sure I'll have time to. But, basically Angelita, or Cashier Girl, who I can't even find a picture of. That is some beautiful fan art to whoever made that. But Oh, here goes creepy wolf dude. This scary dude. Women as agents of violence. What? I don't know what the heck that kind of. I don't know what the heck that article's about and why it's using her pictures, but okay. Uh, what was I saying? What was I saying? Besides scary wolf man. Okay, here's well, a beautiful drawing of the cashier lady. Basically, blonde lady who has a lollipop, and here she is. So it's Angelita from K through 12. If you don't know what K through 12 is, it's Melanie's first movie. And this lady, Alita Harvuk, I think her name is, also plays her best friend in K through 12. So technically, they knew each other before they met each other. I guess you could say. So she's kind of like a guardian angel. So cashier lady, she notices the wolf outside, and she's like, "Hey, you might need this," and she passes her a strange bottle of drugs. And she's like, "Okay, I don't know why I need this, but thanks." So she goes outside, and she asks the wolf guy, which I don't know why she came up to him when she just brought like literally all of those snacks. I guess ice cream is ice cream. She goes up to him. She's like, "Can I get this ice cream?" And he's like, "No, I think you want this one." And she's like, "Well, that is not at all what I asked for, but I'll take it anyways." And he gives her this strange, yummy looking ice cream, and she eats it, and she passes out, and he takes her in the van. Also, cringy gotcha kids are now making videos about this, so that's good to know. It's good to know that people are taking this very seriously. But yeah, that's all I had to say. That was all I had to say, basically. To sum up that music video. So yeah, creepy wolf dude. What was I talking about? Right. So creepy wolf dude gets her in the van after she stole poison ice cream. Right. So that's about it. Now you might wonder, why did I just bring this up, or why am I summing this up? I don't care. But this also ties in with one of her other videos, which was called Teacher's Pet. Which I also brung this up in my other rant stream that was going to be a rant stream, but then turned into me and my friends playing Among Us. Here's this creepy dude. He's a biology teacher, and I can't exactly explain what happens in this music video without getting somebody triggered. But he's a map. I'm just using that word to substitute for the bad P word. He's a creepy dude, and he likes Angelita, who is supposed to be very much underage in this movie. So yeah. Now you're probably wondering, okay, that's weird. Why did she put that in here? That had nothing to do with the story, which it did in fact have something to do with the story. So shut up. And two, it was basically kind of like character development for Angelita. Now you're probably thinking like, okay, that's weird, but couldn't she have found a different way to develop the character? One, yes, she could have. But remember what I said to you earlier. This whole school thing is a metaphor for America and the government. So, now that I've said that to you, this should probably make a little more sense. Practically, oh god, that hurt. But yeah, it was basically to spread awareness about all this stuff that can happen in like classrooms and does happen, but that nobody really cares about because nobody talks about it that much. So yeah, that's basically about it. It was to spread awareness and how these things can in fact happen in the most unlikely places, but they do for whatever reason. And that's about it. But also the lyrics people are concerned about, because it's basically Angelita talking to the teacher, and they're saying like really weird things to each other. But here's the thing, that's just part of the movie. It's not that serious. But yeah, you're probably wondering why I bring these two things up. And about the whole map thing. Why? But also, I bring this up because some people are trying to claim that Melanie is a map, which she very much is not. And they don't understand what this story is about. And they just think, okay, she made a song about maps, which must mean she likes children, because clearly, okay, come on. Out of all the people you could have used for this song, and you used Kotoka, this is ridiculous. I actually hate this fandom, but, but Yeah, that was about it. That was basically all I had to talk about. And yeah, no, there are really idiots who think, oh yes, she made a song about creepy old men, therefore she must be one of them, and she must like children, because clearly that is how that works. Like if I make a song about, like, I don't know, a serial killer, that must mean I myself am a serial killer. So since that is how logic works, um, that's just how logic works. So yeah, if you have ever made a song about something that did not happen to you, then you in fact are a liar. And what else? Oh yes, you are also a serial killer. Um, right. So I just thought I'd throw that in here because there was actually someone who said that to me, and that got me upset. So yeah, I don't know. Should I do the summing up of Crybaby World? I'm not sure. Do I want to explain the movie? Sort of, yes. Okay, we're gonna sum up the movie real quick. Yay, summing up the movie. K through 12. Oh god, okay, there we go. I found it. Okay, so here we are here, and oh my gosh, I used to have this saved on my phone. I actually still love this drawing. But what was I talking about? Um right, so K through 12 metaphor for America. To go through each song, I don't remember them in order. I think I do, but to sum up each song, uh songs in order. Here we are. Okay, songs in order. I think. Okay, let's see. Wheels on the Bus. Wheels on the Bus is, these are all like sort of named as like, like kids stuff. It's a I made a personal tier ranking. I'm sorry. Did you just put Detention at F tier and Strawberry Shortcake at S tier? I don't. Man, imagine people having opinions. Shaking my head. How dare they? But what were we talking about? Right. So let's go on to Genius and see if they can give us some terrible lyrics that are not accurate. K to 12 is the second studio length album. Da, da, da. Okay, no one gives a crap. Lele Pons. What? Okay, here we go. Wheels on the Bus. So Wheels on the Bus is named after that one kid song. No duh. But no, I don't want to listen to it. How do I get this off my screen? But yeah, basically it's Melanie on the bus getting bullied, and her bus driver doesn't care. This didn't happen to her personally, but it, like I said, it continues the story. And yeah, some of these lyrics are weird. Like there's literally two students doing the do in the back of the bus, but it's all just basically the fact that bullying and stuff can happen in the most unlikely of places, and how like nobody like cares about it. Um, but yeah, practically that's about what it is. Oh god. Oh no, there's an about section. Oh god, there's an about section. No, they're gonna explain it wrong. I don't like it. So yeah, basically, Wheels on the Bus. Mel gets bullied on the bus, and it's a metaphor for how bullying can happen in unlikely places and how nobody cares about it. Class fight is, well, this one kind of doesn't have anything to do with This one kind of doesn't have anything to do uh with the whole government America theme. But if you think about it, I saw this theory that every song in K through 12 is a different age or grade, which makes sense. So either way, whether you're watching the movie and whether you look at it from America, the America metaphor perspective, or it's just a song about school perspective, either way it works. Class fight could very much as well signify first grade. Okay, let me just break this down real quick. Okay, so Wheels on the Bus would be kindergarten, and yeah, kindergartners fight on the bus like all the time. So if you're thinking about it and not listening to the metaphors, and you're just thinking this is a regular album about school, then technically you could look at it this way: Wheels on the Bus, yes, children fight on the bus. That's about it. Class fight could be first grade. Class fight is about these two girls fighting over a boy they like. So yes, that could very much happen in first grade. Second grade, the principal. Okay, this one's more political, so I guess this would be hard to see in like a second grader. But basically, if you wanna dull it down to like the most basic explanation, sure, they could hate their principal, but the principal is a metaphor for Donald Trump, so I don't get how you could really see that in the whole it's just a school song perspective. Uh, Show and Tell, I think, is third grade. I'm going a little out of order, but Wheels on the Bus was kindergarten, so I'm going a little. The song numbers aren't necessarily the grade. So, Show and Tell is third grade. It's basically a song about how Melanie's tired of being used and how her fans don't ask. No, she's a real person. She wants people to know that she's a human. That's about it. And how celebrities aren't allowed to have feelings, and people just treat them like they're trash sometimes. So I don't know what that has to do with third grade, but if you want to believe what you want to believe, then you can believe what you want to believe. But whatever you say. I'm not putting down anyone's beliefs here. Like it's an interpretive movie. Like, for all I know, this movie could be about like stuff that actually happened to her, or it could be about like, I don't know, a friend's experiences. But as far as anyone's concerned, she hasn't really spoke out about like what it means at all. All she said about it is, yeah, it's an artistic film. That's about it. She's going to explain the story to you and everything, but she's not really going to give you much information. It's kind of up to interpretation what you think it's about. But right. So, what else? Where are we? Nurse's Office is fourth grade, and if you want to listen to it in the dulled down sense where you're still thinking about school, it's fourth graders lying about getting sick to get out of school. That's how I always interpreted it, though. I can't really think about how that would necessarily fit into the whole government America theme. Although I guess it could just be like, I don't know, kids hate school and no one's doing anything about it. I don't know. But drama club is I think fifth grade. Drama club is fifth grade. Drama club, I never really understood what drama club was about. Like I listen to it, I like it, and I try to understand it every single time. Like I've seen so many people do like so many different explanations, like, oh, it's about celebrities, oh, it's about, Melanie's feelings, oh, it's just a random song she threw in there, oh, it's an experience she had. So I guess the song is up for interpretation. Also, I never really liked this song, but I don't listen to it that often, so believe what you will about it, but I don't know. I think it's like about like, opinions and how everybody gets like offended by opinions and like the internet and stuff like that. So that very much could be about fifth grade. Sixth grade here we have Strawberry Shortcake. It's about insecurities and perverted boys. So yeah, that could very much be about sixth grade because who's not insecure in sixth grade. Seventh grade is Lunchbox Friends, where learn about fake friends and whatnot. Eight is Orange Juice, and Orange Juice is it's not a fun topic. It's about EDs. So yeah. Ninth grade, Detention. I don't understand what Detention's about. As much as I love to listen to it and like scream the lyrics at the top of my lungs, I actually never understood what it was talking about. In the movie sense, Melanie gets thrown into detention because she like started a food fight, and they're like trying to like take away her freedom of speech or something. I don't know. It's a whole big metaphor. I'm sure this is probably like the most important song, but I don't understand what it's about. I just kind of like it because of the dance she does. So yeah, I guess that could be up for interpretation. I guess it's kind of like being oppressed or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, and also she's like locked up in a glass cage. So I guess it could be about like being oppressed and not having freedom of speech, or how the government just wants money. I don't know. Something about that. Something deep that I don't understand. Teacher's Pet. I guess Teacher's Pet, we just talked about what it's about, the scary old men. Teacher's Pet is 10th grade, which I don't know who that's happening to in 10th grade, but if it's your experience, it's your experience. That's scary. I want nothing to do with that. Also when I like listened to Teacher's Pet, there were so many like gotcha kids in the comments saying, this happened to my OC Riley. My OC Riley was groomed as a child. It's like, can we not make light of these things? Come on, gotcha community. We gotta pull ourselves together, man. We're really out here making videos about maps, like glorifying it. We really gotta try. I know it's your OC and you can make it about whatever the heck you want, but like I can you keep that to yourself, man. I don't know. You don't have to make a video about that. 11th grade, high school sweethearts. I guess 11th grade is supposedly when you start dating or something. I don't know. High school sweethearts is just Melanie talking about what she wants in a partner. So love song, I guess, related to either her or Crybaby. But and then recess is 12th grade. Recess is about like taking a break from life and just calming down when you need to, which I guess could work with 12th grade because you're technically getting out of school in 12th grade. So I guess it could really be about taking a break and calming the crap down. Uh, so yeah, that I did not need to explain that whole thing. That was unnecessary, but it was there, so I had to, and I can't control myself. And also, I'm a nerd, and I know too much about this, about this Melanie Martinez world that in no way has any connections to real life, but I still like to make theories about. Um, Also, I just realized I did not do the whole second half of that, which was supposed to be me explaining it and how I think it's about America. But you know what? We're moving on from that because no one wanted to hear me talk about that, anyways. So, right, let's rant some more. I'm trying to find like anything I can really talk about. Bow, 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 bow. I'm kind of thinking, what did I talk about like on my last live stream where I was just drawing and like doing nothing? Rant about my cousin's edgy friend? When was this? Oh my god, I remember this. Oh my god, I remember this. Okay, so this still upsets me. So my cousin's probably gonna watch this, but that's fine because we're not friends with this person anyways. So, I'm not gonna share her name, or yeah, I'm not gonna share her name because according to oh wait, I don't even think she can watch this. I'm not sure, but according to Mint or Alex or Melody, whatever she goes by now, th- this girl who I'm gonna be calling Lisa because she reminds me of a friend I had whose name was Lisa. Aiden. Oh, Aiden. Hey, Aiden. How you doing, Aiden? I'm not sure if you really want to be here right now, but hey, I'm not playing Friday Night Funk in the stream, so there's really nothing for you to watch. I'm just kind of talking about things that bother me. How you doing, Aiden? Uh, but you know, I'm gonna call her Lisa because she reminds me of a friend I had called Lisa, and Lisa is made Lisa made Alex delete a video about her. Her and her dad, I think she said basically Alex was telling me she had posted a video about like fake friends and explaining the situation that had happened where she got kicked off a Discord server because everybody thought she was lying about her life. Um and she made a video about that. And Lisa, I almost called her real name, but I'm not going to because this video is staying up whether she likes it or not. And Lisa and I think her dad, she said, had made her delete that video, and they said if she didn't, they were going to report it to the police, which that's kind of stupid. Like you didn't have to like that. Not to call anyone stupid, but like you didn't have to delete it. Like what were the police gonna do about that? Like what? That doesn't make sense. But anyways, yeah, no, the police don't care. But here we go. So Lisa, long story short, is edgy. She lied about her age. I think she told everyone that she was like 19 or 20, but I think she's like 17, which that's not really a problem, but it's a problem when you think about the fact that she lies about her age online so that people will do smut role plays with her. So yeah, that's a problem in itself. And also, she's one of those edgy gotcha kids whose OC always loves to smoke and has a bunch of mental issues. And also, she gets drunk on Fridays because she's quirky like that. Like those kind of edgy gotcha tubers. Their OC just has so many problems and mental issues. Also, she's a self-diagnoser. I'm pretty sure at some point she said she had like DID, bipolar depression. Look, I don't know what she has, but she showed like literally no signs of either of those. She said she self-diagnosed herself like with a lot of things. And I'm not here to say, oh, your mental illnesses, I don't care unless you have reports. That's not true. I'm just saying can be glaringly obvious when someone says something like I have DID and then like literally never shows like any signs of having anything like ever, you know? Self-diagnosing it's not a great time, you know, especially with kids that really say, "Hey, I showed one sign of depression, like I was sad once, so therefore I have severe depression." You know, I've met someone like that before. Um, but yeah, I met someone like that before, or like these some kids on YouTube who say stuff like, you know, my mom took away my phone and I'm depressed now, you know, stuff like that. So basically, she was one of those kids. Also, I wrote this on my tablet, so this might sound weird when I'm trying to paraphrase it, but here we go. Okay, so I'm reading off of what I wrote here. So for context, my cousin has this friend. Let's call her Lisa. Lisa is one of those edgy gotcha kids from r/I'm 14 and this is deep. Although she's 17, and she's one of those girls who thinks she's quirky for not liking skirts in the color pink. Yeah, she does that. I'm pretty sure she sent me like this video once. I'm not sure if it was her or not, but this sounds like something she would do. It was either her or one of my other cousin's friends, but she had sent me this video of like her OC, and her OC was like, I don't remember. Her OC was like getting drunk or something, and there was like this girl dressed in pink, and she was like, "Oh, do you want to wear one of my skirts?" And she was like, "Move aside, princess. I don't wear skirts." It's like, what are you talking about? You're not quirky for not liking skirts. It's not that serious. There's a lot of people who don't like skirts. Okay, it doesn't matter. No one cares. No one asked you. Okay. Um, but yeah, moving on. Lisa also says she likes drinking vodka until she passes out, even though she's not of legal drinking age. Yeah, that also happened with one of my cousin's other friends, who I'm not going to say his name because he's probably going to come on one of my other streams. But he said the other day, while we were all on a call, he said that he was drunk the other day. And I told him, "Sir, you're 17. You're not of legal drinking age. Like, why do people think that like being addicted to something is quirky and fun? It's not. It's really not. Not that I would know, but it's not. And the fact that they're older than me is kind of sad. You know, the fact that I have to tell someone older than me, you know, like addiction and stuff isn't quirky. It's honestly kind of sad, but you know, yeah, he said something like that. And then my cousin was like, no, but he lives in South Carolina. It's legal to drink that age there. And I searched it up. No, it's not. It's still in America. It's not like he's living outside of America where the legal drinking age is something else. But as far as I'm concerned, in America, it's 21. And he really tried to convince me, no, I live in South Carolina, so it's different here. No, it's not. No, as long as you're in the USA, you better be 21 while you're drinking, because that is not how that works. But yeah, no, most of my cousin's friends think it's edgy and quirky to drink, so I don't know why, but you know, you do what makes you happy, I guess. If you want your edgy gotcha character to be an alcoholic, you do that. You have fun. You have a great time. Uh, right. So I just felt like sharing that because it's cringy. Oh yeah, and then also there was this part. Remember when okay, this part was for, like I said, I'm reading this off of my Wattpad. So, um, like I said, I'm reading this off my Wattpad. So, if if I say something like, "Remember when this happened?" It's either I posted that or the person reading this specifically was there when it happened. So you're not going to remember when this happened because I don't think any of you follow me on Wattpad. Remember when I said my cousin's friend was running around saying the N word and said it was fine because she's 2% black and Irish? Lisa is that friend. Yes. So once I was at my cousin's house and she was running around yelling the N word and saying racist stuff about slaves. And I was just sitting there with a straight face because I was like, is this supposed to be funny? And she was like, I think at some point she was like, "No, you guys, it's okay. I'm 2% black and I'm Irish." I was like, I don't think that's how that works. Like, either way, that's still not, like, I don't know. That was never funny to me. I don't get it. Even if you are, that's just kind of not funny to me. And she was saying her little cousin, she said her little cousin used to say it because she couldn't pronounce her name. That's not, she, okay, I think you can understand what I'm about to say here. So basically her story was about the fact that her cousin and her had got lost in a mall, and Lisa's nickname, quote unquote, that everybody gave her, her quote unquote nickname that her family gave her was Knickers. You know, like Snickers, but without the S, Knickers. And so I'm thinking, okay, that sounds oddly close to another word. You should kind of calm down. And she keeps saying like, oh, her cousin's only 5 and she doesn't know how to pronounce the word knickers. And so I'm like, okay, that's not how. Okay, but so then she says her cousin calls her the N word, and her family just thinks it's quirky and cute, and they won't tell her to stop. Which, even if that is true, someone should probably tell her to stop, because as far as I'm concerned, Lisa's white. So if your cousin is running around and calling people the N word, that's not cute. Either you should tell her to stop, or you should teach her how to pronounce it, because that's ridiculous. There's no reason that should be happening. Um, but whatever is cute and quirky these days. So yeah, she basically said that her cousin calls her the N word in front of a bunch of black people, and apparently that made my cousin laugh, but it didn't make me laugh because she was just blatantly being racist. And the fact that she had to bring up that it happened in a KFC felt sort of racist to me, but whatever makes the story funnier. Also, you can clearly tell that her stories are fake. If any of you guys have been on the subreddit r/that happened, it's basically a bunch of people tell fake stories like, oh yeah, I fought off a bear with my hands, and my crush kissed me, and then we got married, and then I became president. It's blatantly, obviously fake stories. She had told me one that reminded me of r/that happened. I was gonna post this on Wattpad as well, but I didn't want to because I just thought it was stupid. But I really thought it was funny when she was telling me this. So basically, long story short, she's telling me and my cousin, one time Lisa says to us, one time I'm at a boba store in the mall, and I'm going to get boba tea, and the lady says to me, oh, what kind of boba tea would you want? And I said mocha. And she was like, oh, we don't have mocha, or something like that. I don't remember. I don't know if mocha boba tea is a thing. I don't know, but either she said mocha or matcha, either one, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep saying mocha because I don't remember what it was she said to me. And she was like, oh yeah, we don't have mocha tea. And then she starts like listing out a bunch of ingredients or something. I don't remember what those ingredients were, but she was like, do you have this? Do you have this? And then she says she allegedly went behind the counter and started making the boba herself, and they were just sitting there watching her. And she said she almost got a job there. And she says she paid for her boba and just walked away, and they were just sitting there astonished at the fact that she knew how to put boba in a cup. I don't I don't know. It's always kind of funny to me when someone tells me a fake story, because it kind of gets me mad, but at the same time, it's intriguing hearing people lie to me when I know that they're lying, and it's just kind of funny, You really said that you went behind the counter, started making boba, and nobody cared. Like, the employees just sat there and just let this child make boba in the back. And then you just paid for your drink, walked off, and they all kind of just sat there like, wow, oh my god, you guys, she can do our job better than us. I don't know. That was just always kind of funny to me. The fact that she told me that and really expected me to believe it. And my cousin was really sitting there like, oh my god, really? I don't know. It's just funny when people tell me blatantly fake stories. So yeah, I just felt the need to share that part. So I say, let me share this thing that happened a while ago. Trigger warning. I'm not sure how to offing herself. I'm not sure if that helped with the offing. I don't know. I'm not sure if that helped, but if you know, I'm not sure if that trigger warning helped. I think you can still figure out what I mean by that. But yeah, sewer slide. If you know, you know. So that's the trigger warning. Leave if that's a sensitive topic for you, but I'll be done with this story in a few minutes, so it doesn't matter. So a year ago, my cousin had this group chat with her friends, and Lisa's dad is in this group chat as he needs to monitor what she says and does. Now, I'm not sure if this was her dad, but I think at some point her dad was, in fact, in this group chat that we had all made. And also there was some guy named Officer James, which I never got an answer as to who he was. Like, I would always ask, and they would always be secretive about it. Like, I was like, who's Officer James? Why is this grown man in the group chat? And my friend Demon was like, oh, well, he's just a family friend. It's like, why can't you just tell me? Like, is this some kind of secret? Is this some kind of inside joke? Am I missing out on something? Like, can you just tell me what it is? Like, can you really just tell me why this man is in the group chat with us? Like, do you know him? Does he know Lisa? Is that Lisa's dad? Like, I don't get it. Why they never told me that? Like, I literally still don't know who that man is to this day. Like, I don't know. But they basically wouldn't tell me who he was. So I'm gonna either assume he was related to Lisa or was just a close family friend of hers. But yeah, no, I think my cousin knew who he was too, so he kind of knew everybody in the group chat except for me. So I don't know why they wouldn't tell me either because I was literally related to someone in the group chat. Like, I don't know why I'm not in on this. But yeah, also sometimes they would act like I shouldn't have been there. Like, they invited me to the group chat and then they would act off whenever I like joined the calls or something. Like, they would act like I like wasn't supposed to be there or like I was like just ruining something, even though like I don't know if it's because I am slightly younger than them. Like, I would say like probably 2 years. I don't know if that's the problem. Literally 2 years apart difference. So I don't know why they're all just like. Sometimes when I think the first time I joined one of the group calls, they said to my cousin, they were like, Alex, why is your cousin here? Because you invited me, idiot. Of course I'm going to be here. You invited me to this group chat. Of course I'm going to participate in the group chat. And they were acting mad off whenever I would be there. It's like, do you not want me here? And I would leave multiple times because I would think, oh, they don't want me here. I would leave multiple times. And then Demon would freaking spam me with, come back, come back, come back. Why do you keep leaving? Come back, come back, come back. It's like, do you want me there or not? I don't understand. Do you want me there or not? Because every single time I would join the group chat or I would join in on the conversation or I would join the call, they'd be like, why is your cousin here? Or, can I help you? Like, why invite? It's like inviting someone to dinner and then being surprised when they show up. What was the point of inviting me if you're acting like you didn't want me there? Like, it just felt so off. Like, I just felt like I was just there because they just felt like I needed to be a background character. I don't understand why they would invite me and then act off whenever I came there. I don't know. I just thought I'd tell you that. So Lisa's dad, who I think it was her dad. I'm assuming it was. I don't think it was Officer James. So I'm assuming it was her dad or someone related to her because, they talked like, so I'm gonna assume it was her dad. So Lisa's dad was in the group chat for a short amount of time. I'm not sure if he was always there or was just active for was just active a few times, or if, if he was always there, or if, he would just pop in and out to check in on everyone. Officer James would do that too. Like, he would just pop in and be like, hey, how are you guys doing? We'd be like, oh, we're good, thank you. It's like, I still don't know who he is, and I still don't know why he was in the group chat. I don't know why we needed to have him. That was just kind of weird to me. And also, I don't know if it was just one of like their friends pretending to be an officer or something. But it was always kind of off. That group chat was off. I left it a long time ago, but that group chat was always off to me. So yeah, her dad was in the group chat for whatever reason. And her dad says something along the lines of, you have an eye appointment or a doctor's appointment. Please get dressed. And Lisa gets ticked off for no reason, and it turns into an argument. And, I was offline for most of the time, so someone had to explain this to me. And basically, I went back to see, and, like, her dad or family member, or whoever it was like, you have a doctor's appointment, please come out of your room. And I'm assuming most of this happened on call, because there were kind of chunks taken out of the conversation. So I'm assuming most of this happened on call. But she had gotten mad, and they had this whole argument, and I came into the call to understand what was happening, and like everybody was on mute. And I was just asking what's happening, and then Demon turns his mic on and just says mute, 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 mute. And so I mute myself, and I don't know what the heck is going on because he's not even in the call, so I don't know why we're all muted. And I go back into the chat, and Lisa says to her dad, who is just calmly asking her to get ready for a doctor's appointment, she says to him, if you come into my room, you're gonna find my dead body. She really said that because he said she had to go to a doctor's appointment. Is it really that serious though? Like, I think she might have like some kind of, okay, I'm not saying this to be rude, but like actual like mental problems. Like, I'm not saying that to like be rude or like roast, because you know how sometimes if you're in an argument with someone, they'll be like, are you dumb? Like, do you have mental problems? But I'm not saying that to be rude. Like, I genuinely think like, she has like some kind of issues. But like, did you really need to say that though? Like, couldn't you have like kept that offline? Like, really, why do you have to have this conversation? Also, sometimes she would have like personal or private conversations with her dad in this group chat. Like, the stuff she talked about with her dad, you'd think this would be stuff she would say offline. Like, they live in the same house. You would think, instead of talking to your dad about all this personal stuff online in front of all your friends, you would get off your phone and go into his room and talk to him. Like, it's, and that point stands, because I'm about to tell you guys another story about this baby named Connor. I'll talk about that in a second. You guys might be wondering, like, why am I talking about that and stuff, and why did I just bring up a baby named Connor? I'm gonna bring that up in a second. Just hold on after we're finished with this story. Right, so she says that to her dad, and that made me feel some type of way, so I left. And yeah, and then after she had left for that doctor's appointment, I don't know what happened after that, but she came back and everybody was like, "Oh my god, Lisa, are you okay?" She was like, "Yeah, guys, I'm fine." So yeah, I don't know what that was about, but she really threatened to off herself because her dad said she had a doctor's appointment. Like, I'm over dramatic, and even I wouldn't say that, but still, like, literally, I don't want to do the simplest of tasks. Like, you can literally ask me to clean my room and I'll get upset over that, but like, not upset to the point where I'm gonna yell at my own parent about the fact that I'm going to off myself because I don't want to go to a doctor's appointment. It's really not that serious. But yeah, another trigger warning. Oh boy, violation. I'm not sure if you can figure out what that means, but violation, like touching when, just uncomfortable stuff. So, all right, I shared this story before, but I'm gonna share it again. Here we go. All right, so me, Alex, Lisa, and a few of our other friends were in a group call, and I left for a few hours and came back to my notifications being spammed. So I was at like a therapist appointment or something, and I come back, my notifications are being spammed. So I went into the group call to find Lisa and her friend arguing, and everyone else was on mute. So I'm wondering what's going on, and I keep hearing the name Connor getting thrown around. So Lisa's screaming at her friend to stop saying Connor. So I don't need to even read off the script anymore. Like, I know what happens, like, off the top of my head. So basically, well, it's not really a script. I just kind of wrote down stuff I wanted to talk about that still gets me upset. But, so basically, I come on to this group call, right? After a few hours of being gone, and they're spamming me. So I come back onto this group call, and everybody's on mute except for Lisa and one of her other friends. And I can't hear anything that's going on except for Lisa loudly crying and her friend yelling, "You need to get over him. You need to get over him. Connor this, Connor that." And then she keeps yelling at him, "Stop talking about Connor." And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Who's Connor? And I just assumed it was one of her exes, because like, in the context this was being said, and they were throwing around his name, and they were like, "You need to get over him." I assumed Connor was like an ex of hers, or like a friend that she lost. But Connor is a dead baby. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what the heck does that mean? What is that supposed to mean? I don't get it. So, for context, I asked what was going on to one of my other friends, right? So Demon, who I can clearly always trust to give me the latest information, like, keep in mind, this is the same guy who lied about getting drunk and then tried to convince me that in North Carolina it was different, even though it's not, because he's still in America, and also wouldn't tell me why there was a grown man in the group chat. Yes, he's a very reliable source of information. I don't know why I keep going to him, but I know if I go to Alex, she's probably not going to answer me. So I go to him because he was my second option for information. And I ask him, what's going on and why are they yelling about Connor? And he says, "Oh, well, when Bleak was 5, oh my god, I just said her name. Okay, it doesn't matter. Bleak. It doesn't matter. So when Bleak was 5, she went to a quote-unquote mental asylum. And I'm just kind of thinking, okay, here we go again with the clearly fake stories. A 5-year-old in a mental asylum. I'm not sure if that can happen, but that's just me and my common sense thinking,
why is a 5-year-old in a mental asylum? I don't get it. I think that's just part of her trying to be edgy and saying stuff like, yeah, I had problems since I was born. But, stuff like that, And so I'm not going to doubt that because that's like the least concerning part of this story. I was a little iffy about that, but that's the least concerning part about the story. And she says that while she was there, a doctor had SA'd her and she had a child. And I'm just kind of sitting here thinking, I'm like, okay, whoa, hold on. We're on a call while he's talking about this to me too. So like he's taking random long pauses in the middle of it. He's going like, and so I'm just kind of thinking, so after he says something about her like having a whole entire child, I'm just like, okay, hold on, calm down. You do know you just told me this is a whole entire 5-year-old, right? Like, what are you talking about anymore? What are you actually talking about anymore? And, Bleak is known for making up fake stories. Like I just said with the whole boba tea thing and how she almost got hired at that boba tea shop and and how her 5-year-old cousin called her the N-word, So she's basically at this point I'm just not trusting anything she says because she's known for making, like fake stories up about her life just to make herself seem more funny. And so I'm just sitting here thinking, okay, so let me get this straight. This 5-year-old child was in a hospital and got pregnant. Do you know how stupid that sounds? He really tried to convince me of it too. He was like, no, that can technically happen. You do know that can happen. I'm like, no. Are you freaking stupid? No. No. Are you dumb? Are no. What are you talking about? No. This man really tried to give me like an article on it, like really tried to give me an article on it. He was like, no, that really can't happen. Like he was trying so hard to defend Bleak. It's just like, no, that can't happen. That's not possible. No, sir. And so he's really trying to convince me about that. And so then he says, here's kind of, I shouldn't have laughed at this because, I shouldn't have laughed at this. But this story is so obviously fake, I'm not believing anything anymore. And he says to me, so Bleak had the child. Keep in mind, Bleak is 5. So, no, she did not. And he said she had this child. And while he was I think he said like a year later, they had to put the baby down because it had depression. What does that mean? No, that's not how that works. The baby's... Okay, I'm tired of talking about this, but I'm tiring myself out talking about this and yelling about this because it's actually just ridiculous. It's kind of funny to me. Like, honestly, when people tell me, like, obviously fake stories, it's just kind of funny because it's like, this can be disproven with, like, literally research. Like, a 5-year-old cannot have a child. I'm not doubting that she got SA'd by a doctor. Like, that very much can happen. And I'm not gonna doubt that she was, like, in a hospital at 5. Because I guess that can happen, but like, what were you really saying and doing at 5 years old that got you a trip to a mental hospital? I can semi believe that happened. Like maybe she had some problems or something, and I can believe that she got SA'd by that doctor. But the fact that she said after that she then had a child that they had to put down because it had depression, like it's not a puppy, it's not a dog. That's a whole entire human. They're not gonna put down a baby because it has depression. Either I'm not getting the full story, or this is beyond me. Because what the heck? Had to put down the baby because I had depression. What? Okay. I'm sorry. This is just... I'm going to retitle this stream to watch me yell about fake stories my friends have told me. But, yeah. So, if you weren't listening... 5-year-old mental hospital got SA'd by a doctor, somehow got pregnant, and they had to put down the baby because it had mental issues. I don't know what that had to do with anything, how this was brought up in the group chat, but yeah, I don't get it. So yeah, so her and this... So back to Bleak, who I was about to start calling Lisa again because I forgot I already yelled out her name. So Bleak is then arguing with who I think is a grown man. She's now arguing with this grown man, and they're now fighting over an imaginary dead baby. Like she's literally sitting there bawling her eyes out, screaming, "Stop talking about Connor! He wouldn't want this!" And he's like, "Blake, you gotta get over him." It's like,
I don't know what's happening anymore, and I just walk in on this, and y'all are telling me, get in the call, get in the call, get in the call. It's like, this is not my problem. This is not my problem. It's really not. And like I said earlier, you'd think if she had like this kind of issue, you'd think if she was thinking about this again, that she would go to her dad and talk it out with him. Like I said, the things she was talking to her dad about in this group chat and like in these calls, they're so personal that you'd think she would just go talk to him in person, right? Like she was talking about all types of things, like she was talking about like, hey, have you seen my pills? Like, hey, I'm feeling depressed. Like, you'd think these are things that you would get off of your phone and go walk to your parents' room and talk about. But she was saying all of this in the group chat in front of her friends for all of us to hear. Like, I'm just kind of thinking that, like, I'm kind of sitting here thinking like that Officer James. Okay, I don't know who Officer James is, but I'm just assuming he's related to Bleak. I'm kind of thinking Officer James and her dad were really just being in this group chat. Were really just an excuse for her to tell all her personal business to her friends so that we could feel pity for her. Because honestly, there was no reason this conversation needed to be brought up. Like we were talking about normal stuff before I left. Like they were talking about like their plans for the future, talking about when we get older, we're all gonna buy a mansion together and we're all gonna live in it. And I don't know why, but I really liked that idea, even though I liked like nobody in that group chat. We actually like really found like some kind of cool castle apartment thing. I don't know. I just thought it was cool. We all had like plans, even though we knew that was never gonna happen. We were like, we're all gonna buy like some kind of big giant mansion. We're gonna live together and we're gonna be influencers. Just normal stuff. And then I leave and I come back like an hour later and they're talking about an imaginary dead baby. Like, come on, nothing normal ever happens in this group chat. I swear to God. So, yeah, that did in fact happen. Clearly. I feel like I had another story to share about her, but I don't have anything else other than she's racist and likes to make up stories about her life. Yeah, no, that was it, I guess. I'm trying to find something else that I'm trying to find something else that I can talk about that isn't related to, like, anyone that would be, like, in my family or something. Oh, my Fanganrampa. Oh, my God, my Fanganrampa. So, who remembers my gotcha Fanganrampa, right? So, I discontinued it. I let everybody know I discontinued it. And I was saying I was going to move my Fanganrampa over to Wattpad. And that was where I was going to write my story because I was more interested in like in writing like a story, which I'm passionate about writing. I like writing. I like doing writing. That's why I got Wattpad. I'm more interested in writing a story that I'm going to like instead of making a 2-minute video that I'm going to hate that will take like probably weeks. So just my first gotcha Fanganrampa video took, I think, like 2 weeks because I was planning everything out and it was stressful. And I'm going to explain why it was stressful to me. Okay? I'm going to explain. So here we go. I'm reading off of this thing again. I'm reading off of what I wrote down again. All right, so some of you know I'm making a Fanganrampa and I'm barely done with the first episode. Anyways, I agreed to have my cousin's OC in it, which I didn't have to, but I did. But now that I'm realizing she's kind of, an important plot device. So, yes, her character still... Well, okay, I'm going to explain this later. But this whole thing is just... This isn't about the Fanganrampa I'm writing right now. Like, if you follow me on Wattpad, you know that I keep saying, Chapter 1's almost out. Chapter 1's happening. Don't worry. Which it is almost out. I'm still working on it, but let's not rush. So this right here was just about, like, my beta Fanganrampa and whatnot, and, like, me just explaining, like, So this was before I started writing that, and this was when I still had plans to do my gotcha version. So I agreed to have my cousin's OC in it, and now she's like, okay, so I have a few friends who want to be in it too. I'll send you their OCs. Even though, 1, I don't know these people. 2, I have enough characters already. And 3, they're asking me so much stuff about the series, and I'm not even done with the first episode. 4, her friends keep getting mad at me for not having anything planned out, like who's executed, survivors, who dies, when for the 5th time, I'm barely done with the first freaking episode. They were bombarding me with questions, I swear. Oh, okay, I'm back. I don't know what that was. It was like a random car outside. But, yes, I was being bombarded with questions. Like, on Hangouts, or not on Hangouts, on Discord and Hangouts, I think. They were... Oh, I'm sorry, I needed to stretch. That felt weird. But on Discord,
her friends, Lulu and Emily, who I don't know if she's friends with them anymore, so I don't know. But Lulu, Emily, and I think Bleak was supposed to be in it at some point. Um, and Demon, and I think like one or two of her other friends that I didn't know. But I'm thinking, okay, one, I didn't even know Emily and Lulu at the time. I knew Bleak and Demon obviously because we knew each other like way before that group chat was made. Like we knew each other a while before that group chat was made. So of course I knew Bleak and Demon, but I did not know Lulu or Emily. They were just these two random people who I had just now gotten introduced to because she told me. And she was just like, hey, I told my friends about your Rampa, so they're here now. So I was just like, oh, okay, great. So basically, oh shoot, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the Rampa. So I had only just now been introduced to Emily and Lulu, and keep in mind, we wouldn't have even met if it was not for my cousin telling them that I had a Rampa, and they were like, ooh, I want to join too. Also, this is not me, like, faulting my cousin for anything. Like, she didn't do anything wrong. She just has, like, the kind of nature to tell her friends, like, about everything that's happening. So, it's not me faulting her or saying she was wrong for doing that. It was just that it caused me a lot of stress. So, like, maybe if I tell you about a series I'm making early, maybe don't tell your friends. But, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, we went on a call, and then we started a group chat, and then they then proceeded to bombard me with questions, even though I just said, hey, I have an idea for a Rampa. And then they all called me, and they were like, okay, who's gonna survive? What's my OC's talent gonna be? Who's your OC? Who's gonna die? Who's gonna live? Who's gonna die in the first chapter? It's like, calm, please. I don't know. This was at the time when I only just had an idea, and I was just considering making one. Like, I didn't have anything planned out. I knew what I was going to use. I knew, yeah, I'm going to have Ruby in it. She's going to be the ultimate painter. That's about all I know. And then they were bombarding me with questions like, who's going to live? Who's going to die? What's going to happen? Who's going to survive? Who's going to be the mastermind? Calm down, please. Please, calm down. So yes, that was the thing. It was really stressful because then they were also asking me to make sprites of their OC, which, no, I'm not going to do that. It's not like we're making an actual game. You can send me the offline link to your Gacha Club character, but I'm not going to make you a Danganronpa OC sprite sheet. No. They only asked for that because I made Alex one. I made Alex, like, one OC sprite, and I sent it in the group chat, and they were like, whoa, awesome, can you make one for me? And so, yeah, no, I only made one for one of them, which was Emily, and then she kind of complained about it, So, I had, once Emily had sent me her OC, I was just like, I really do not want to make a sprite of your OC. But I'm not going to say she pressured me to do it, but more or less I pressured myself to do it because I was just like, okay, you're going to let them down if you don't. Even though I don't know these people, so who cares if I let them down? But I made one for her, and it was half effort. Like, I half butted the crap out of it. Literally took me like 30 minutes. And I sent it to her, and, her OC has a hat. And I'm not good at drawing hats. She had like one of those big like hats that you would wear with like one of those weird sunflower dresses. So yeah, she had like one of those big bulky hats, and it took up half the drawing. And I sent it to her, and she said to me, "Oh, looks great." And then she was like, "Even though the hat looks a little weird, ... And I said, "Well, I can take it off if you want." And then she didn't reply. So then I sent her a version without the hat. She was like, "Oh, she looked so cute, even though she doesn't really have a hat, ... And I was like, what do you want from me, Emily? Emily, what do you want from me? I sent you a version with and without the hat, and you're still complaining either way. Okay, I needed to calm down because that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I swear, every single time I talk about my beta Rampa, I get so freaking angry. But right, so moving on. So yeah, moving on from this intense grudge I hold against Emily. Right. So may I add in the fact
that okay, I'm reading off of what I had wrote though. What may I add in the fact that I have an OC in the series who is the child of Pecco, and one of her friends yelled at me saying, "How did Pecco have a child when she's dead?" Yeah, so that's not how that works, actually. So my character, who is Kikyo Peccoyama, she is the child of Pecco and Fuyuhiko. Um, so also keep in mind, this is in like a completely different universe. Well, I mean, I want to say it is, but also at the same time, it doesn't match up with the timeline. So this is in my like a different AU. I have this whole like weird universe. Like I basically made this whole AU where like it's just whatever I feel the need to happen happens. Like in this AU, I imagined that Celestia was Kokichi's mom, which doesn't make sense with the timeline, and also that Kokichi's daughter is Hayoko and his sister is Mikan. And then Celeste dies, so then Karumi adopts them. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense with the timeline. So I'm kind of embracing the fact that it's stupid and will never happen. So I made a whole AU, and then Mikan and Kokichi die, but Kaido survives, and then Kaido is also their brother, so they just harass Kaido as ghosts. You know, it's just a whole stupid. I even made a video about it. It was the sibling dance, and it was just dead Mikan and Kokichi harassing Kaido. So yeah, it's my AU where I'm just like, whatever I want to happen can happen, doesn't have to match up with the timeline. So the fact that she yelled at me saying, "How can Pecco have a child when she's dead?" And if you think about it, in the canon, Pecco is technically very much alive. All the Danganronpa 2 characters are very much alive. They just came back as remnants of despair. Not to go nerd on anyone, but she would have known that if she would have just watched the anime. Like, you're really sitting here trying to make a game with me and you do not know basic information about the anime we're making a game based off of? Really? Really? It's like me saying, I want to make a Tokyo Ghoul game, and then knowing nothing about Tokyo Ghoul. Or saying something like, I want to make, I want to make a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure OC, but then knowing nothing about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It's like, what's the point if you don't even know basic information about the anime that we're making a game based off of? So, she's, oh god, I'm already just tired talking about this, Jesus Christ. So yeah, Emily asked me like how is she the child of Pecco when Pecco's dead? She's alive. She's a remnant of despair, and her and all the other Danganronpa 2 characters come back as remnants of despair in the anime. So if she would have just known basic knowledge about that, then we wouldn't have had that problem. But anyways. Oh, also, okay, here we go. Reading off the script again. Oh, also, her friends are trying to make everything about them, and I swear on Angie Yonaga's grave, these are things they've said to me. Okay, here's just some things that they've said to me, like, kind of either clipped or out of context. Because, they were just sentences that got me upset that they were saying to me in the chat. Yeah, so OC and other OC are going to be the main ship in the series. This is a big part of their character, so be sure to include a lot of their relationship. This was something Emily said to me. I'm sorry, I'm back. But this was something Emily had said to me, right? And she says basically, so her and I think it was Lulu, their characters were in a relationship. Lulu's character was the ultimate lucky student, which I'm so tired of seeing people making their OCs the ultimate lucky student. Like, come on, this is ridiculous, man. Can we all just stop? Can Nagito Kamaida just be the first one? Like, can we just leave it alone? Can we just leave his talent alone? I swear to God, literally every single time I'm like, hey, send me your Danganronpa OC so I can draw them. Or, hey, tell me about your Danganronpa OC. It's, oh yes, she's the ultimate lucky student. It's like, calm down. Can there just be one? Can there please just be one? I'm pretty sure there's something in the lore that says there can be more than one, but I really don't care. I'm just tired of seeing it. But, yeah, so her character was the
I felt the need to say his because her character was a guy. I'm so sorry, but her character is the ultimate lucky student. But I think, not to criticize her OC, but I think it would have made more sense if he was the ultimate prince, because I don't have a picture of him, but basically he was a knockoff Kokichi with Nagito's talent. He had a crown and everything. He ran around acting like he was a prince and whatnot. So honestly, it would just make more sense. And then you could have a unique talent that I don't think has been used, like, literally ever. Like, I've never seen anyone use Ultimate Prince. I've seen Ultimate Princess, but, no one's used Ultimate Prince. So you would have a completely new character and talent on your hands right there, but you had to be unoriginal, I guess. I never really asked why he was a prince. It served no purpose to his character. Like, there was no reason. It was just because he's a prince, and it's just like that because it is. I don't know. So, yeah, that. And Emily's character was the ultimate paranormal investigator. Now, that sounds really cool, right? That sounds really cool. But I'm going to tell you her backstory in a few. Because it was actually kind of funny to me when I first heard it. Like, either I didn't understand it correctly or that was the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. But I'm gonna tell you the backstory in a little bit, all right? Once I'm finished with this whole Danganronpa thing. So, yeah, so their characters were supposed to slowly fall in love with each other throughout the time in the series. And they told me, "Hey, I want this to be like basically the main ship in the series. Like, I want a scene where the main character walks into the room and they're just like flirting with each other or something." It's like they really wanted this to be the main focus and the main ship. It's like, is it really that serious? Like, I already had a main ship, by the way. It was Kimmy and Maya Hyra. So it was like, can we just like not throw this into my story? Like, I really just don't want to write your OCs falling in love. Like, I don't care. Y'all can do that on your own time. But anyways, let's see. My OC is the ultimate lucky student, and I want a scene where he drinks poison and lives. Also, he only survives because of his luck. That was something Lulu said to me. I'm not even kidding. She said to me, "I want a scene where Kazuma drinks poison, or is forced to drink poison, and only survives because of his luck. And also, he only gets out of the game alive because he's lucky." And I remember her saying something specifically to me, saying something like, she said something like, I forgot what it was. She said something like, unlike Nagito's luck, Kazuma just has straight up just luck, like with no streaks of bad luck at all, just straight up good luck for the rest of his life. It's like, why though? Why? Who cares? Why though? So, yeah. And also, Lulu and Emily desperately wanted their characters to survive. I don't know why. They desperately just wanted only their characters to survive. Like, it's really not that serious. If y'all want to make a whole Danganronpa by yourself, you can go do that, and your characters can be all lovey-dovey as much as they want, but I really don't care. Let's see. Okay, so here then I talk about Emily's OC, the ultimate paranormal investigator. So here I am reading from my thing again. The only one of their OCs I kind of want to add is some girl who is the ultimate paranormal investigator. The only thing I don't like about her is that she's the defenseless, precious doormat baby with a sad backstory. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing those. I really am. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, think 2018 Gacha. When Gacha was at the peak of its time. And all the stories were something like, abused fairy turns into demon gacha hybrid or something like that. Or like hated child, but one becomes rich and the other one, or like spoiled brat type beat. Something like that. But, there were also those OCs where everyone was like, "Hey guys, this is my OC Lily, and she's precious and she lets everybody bully her and she's abused at home, but she doesn't care because she loves the world." Stuff like that. Everybody was doing the same thing. I'm really tired of seeing that. I don't want to see that anymore. Like, no. Okay, let me see. Hold on. Let's see if I can find the backstory because it was actually funny. So this is paraphrased because she told me this all on call. So this is paraphrased, but yeah. So to sum up her backstory, or at least what I got out of it, one day her dad just decided to, for no reason, try and kill her. Yeah, for no reason, actually. She did not bring up like anything other than that. Like she didn't tell me if she deserved it or like if her dad had mental issues or something. But all I know out of this was that her OC, who I'm just gonna call Emily because I don't remember her name, her OC Emily was just randomly almost killed by her dad for no reason other than plot. I don't know. So he gets the knife and let's see. Oh yeah, and then a serial killer demon protects her. Um, so also there were these like two main dudes, these two other main dudes who are basically like side characters to Emily. There was I don't remember their names, but they were two scientist serial killer dudes, and they can possess her. You know, that has nothing to do with being the ultimate paranormal investigator, but if you want to get possessed, go right ahead and get possessed. And basically, she kind of did like this Toko thing. She basically did this Toko thing where it was like, um, you know how Toko can like, switch to Jill whenever she sneezes. Basically, Emily is doing that, but with her OC, where she just randomly gets possessed sometimes. Just sometimes. Just in case the story gets a little uninteresting, just she gets possessed sometimes and tries to kill everyone. She tried to make it interesting and stuff. She was like, how to know she's getting possessed by this character is that she'll call everybody by their first name. It's like is it really that serious? It's not. You didn't need to do that. Her character would have been the same without her getting possessed. I feel like that's just an excuse to make your character boring. She really wanted to be Toko so incredibly badly. So I guess the guide to a perfect Danganronpa character is just boring character, have her get possessed by something at random points in the story so that people will think she's interesting. Ruby, you can't argue that Ruby's like that though. You cannot argue that Ruby is like that though. She used to have DID like Toko did, and she also used to have like a Jill counterpart, but she doesn't anymore, and I just changed it. Yeah, no, she doesn't anymore. I forgot what I changed it to though. She has something, but I don't remember what I changed it to. But it's not a serial killer anymore. I don't remember. I gave her something else. Like she has something, but I don't remember what it is. I replaced her DID with something. I think she still might have it, but she doesn't have Genocide Jill anymore. I don't remember, but it doesn't matter because all you need to know is that she's not a serial killer anymore. So I guess have a boring character, give her a serial killer personality, and that's how that works. So yeah. So if you weren't caught up with the story, Emily's dad tries to kill her character for no apparent reason other than he felt like it. But then a serial killer demon protects her. And no, he doesn't know this child. The serial killer demon has better crap to be doing than to protect a random child he doesn't know. I still don't understand that. I'm not sure if I got the wrong idea out of her story, but basically, he just protects her because he can. She just felt something. Also, I don't think she was the ultimate paranormal investigator before this had happened. I don't know if she had her talent before this happened or if this was how she got her talent. Either way, it's still stupid. But so yeah, so then the demon he stops the dad from killing Emily and then forces the dad to off himself or something like that. So now Emily has two demon best friends forever who are grown men and won't kill her because after they met her they swore to never kill a child again. That's it. That's how it ends. So these serial killer demons possessed her and they were like, "You are just so wholesome, we swear to never kill anyone again." I actually hate it here. Yikes. Okay. I am alive. I'm alive. Staying alive. Staying alive. Should we have some background music? Um, I'm talking to all zero people who are here. No, people are gonna show up in a bit, but oh yeah, it's 2:27. Everybody should normally be like here in a little bit. Okay, well, I'm gonna play just a little bit of some, I don't know, calming background music. You know, I found a playlist the other day called "Point of View: You're the Disappointment in Your Family." I have never related to something so much. We're gonna play some calming, groovy background music. Just some groovy background music. Well, I don't want calm background. Oh yeah, lo-fi hip hop girl. Lo-fi hip hop. Okay, I guess we're listening to lo-fi hip hop girl. Oh, no lo-fi hip hop girl. Okay. Okay, I guess no lo-fi hip hop girl then. I'm trying to find a. Huh. Lo-fi hip hop girl. Oh my god, I hate it here. Maybe calming music isn't the best to play while I'm yelling about my problems. Oh god, this song. Okay, I guess. So, this is kind of distracting. Okay. So, I'm gonna find the next thing I was gonna talk about. Oh wow, my mic was on mute. Okay, I don't like this music. I changed my mind. The background music was distracting. I'm gonna have no idea what I was talking about because I'm gonna be too busy rapping in the music. All right. Well, I'm still trying to find. Um, I'm still trying to find something to talk about. Like I'm literally just going through my Wattpad rant book and finding stuff that I'm still mad about. I'm still mad about a lot of stuff. Like I'm still mad at my first grade teacher. I don't remember what it was she did to me, but I'm still mad at my first grade teacher. Let's see. You know what? Hold on. I think I have an idea. I think I have an old rant book that I can go through. I do. I still have my old rant book. If I can like see if I have anything in it. Uh okay, well there's nothing I can talk about on here. It's just oh, okay, this still gets me upset. Okay. So we all know Talia, right? Like I make videos with her like literally every single time she comes over, and like half of my channel is just us doing stupid stuff together, right? So also by the way, we're not related to people calling her my cousin or sister. We're not related. She's like I guess technically my niece. I don't know. Technically my niece. So yeah, no, we're not related though. But my brother is my brother's girlfriend's daughter. So I guess technically my niece, but not my niece because she's not in my family. You know, okay, niece. I guess we'll call her my niece. But I did call her my sister at one point, but that was just to make things less complicated so that I didn't have to explain that. So I guess we could in fact call her uh, mm, okay, we're just gonna call her friend. Friend, she is my friend. Also, for anyone who does not know, she is 10. She is a literal child. So this story, while I'm explaining this story, you guys might be like, "Well, what the heck? Why is she doing that?" She's 10. She's a literal child. Uh, and I'm only a few years ahead of her, so I am technically a child too. So, but still, okay. So I love that the title of this chapter. This book is unpublished, by the way. Like I used to have an old rant book on my Wattpad account, and I found it archived. And the title for this is just "Shut Up." I would share it, but I'm reading this off my phone, and on my Chromebook I can't. On my Chromebook I don't have access to Wattpad, so I would screen share this with you guys. But literally the title is just called "Shut Up." So I don't know. I must have been really mad that day. So to quote, it says Talia's dumb self keeps purposely screaming, "I'm so excited to go to the water park. We go there every year because she knows I can't go, but my brother gets to go." Okay, yeah, that did happen and that upset me. You know what? Also, um, I remember why I wrote that. It was just that sentence, but I love that the title was "Shut Up." But I remember why I wrote that. So there was this day where I got to stay over at my brother's house, and it's just him, his girlfriend Natalia that lives there. So I was staying over at his house, and I was staying the night from my house, which we lived like 30 minutes away from them. So I think I had stayed there for like 2 days. Or no, this was in the summer, so we weren't even here yet. Okay, no, never mind. So I was living with my aunt at the time. Yeah, I was living with my aunt at the time. So at this point in time, he was not 30 minutes away. He was like a quick drive up the street. So forget what I just said about 30 minutes away because we weren't even in this house at the time this had happened. So um yeah, I was living with my aunt. So at the time, he was like a short drive away. So he would come. This was through like in the summer. So he would come and pick me up sometimes, and I would go over to see Talia and like visit them and stuff. So this was one of the times I was sleeping over, and it was great whenever I got to sleep over because I would rather do anything in that boring house where everybody was sleeping 24/7. Like I kid you not, either they were sleeping or arguing, and I would be like lucky whenever they were sleeping. So I was at his house and I was not having a great time because, you know, um, I'm gonna tell you this thing that Talia does. She will like if something exciting is happening in her life, she all she can talk about it nonstop. You know, she's 10. Of course she's gonna do that. And like anybody would do that. Like if you're going to a water park, of course you're gonna be telling your friends like, hey, I'm going to a water park. Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm doing that. Hey, I got this. You don't. But you know, it gets 10 times more annoying when you sleep in the same room as her and that's all she can talk about. Like literally, I was sitting there trying to go to sleep. And, you know, it's like 2 in the morning. I can't go to sleep because, of course, I can't. And she's wide awake for some reason because she's on her phone. And she's like, oh, man, can't believe I'm going to Kalahari tomorrow. Hey, I'm so happy we're going to Kalahari. And I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? Why are you yelling this at me? And so she was up like literally all night, like till 2 in the morning, talking about some, oh man, my dad's gonna pick me up to go to Kalahari. And I was just sitting there like, I could not care less. Like, at the time, I was just so tired. I wasn't even mad because I wanted to go. I was just mad because I wanted to go to bed and she wouldn't stop talking. Like, I literally, I had stopped caring about everything right then and there. Like, I wasn't even mad because I didn't get to go. I just wanted her to be quiet. So it was 2 in the morning. She's on her phone, like, I don't know, doing what 10-year-olds do on a phone, like searching up like Pop It videos or something. And she's like, oh man, I can't believe I'm going to Kalahari tomorrow. And so I barely got sleep. And when we get up, it was my time to go back to my aunt's house. So they had to drive me there before dropping her off with her dad so that she could go to Kalahari. And so I woke up. My brother had woke me up. He told me, okay, get dressed. We're going to eat real quick. And then, we're get dressed. We're going to eat real quick. And then we have to drop you off. And then we're going to go drop Talia off. So as I'm getting up, getting dressed, she's like packing her bags all frantically, excitedly, like, oh my God, Kalahari, Kalahari, Kalahari. And I'm just like, as much as I wanted to tell her to shut up, she's a child. So, you know, it's rude. I can't just be like, hey, can you stop? Because, you know, then she's going to tell her mom or something, and that's going to be a problem. So, you know, I just didn't say anything about it to her. And I was like, you know, can we just not do this? Like, in the morning? Like, it was like 7. It was like barely 7 in the morning. And she's sitting here screaming about how she gets to go to Kalahari. And I'm just sitting here like I did not go to bed. And so we ate something. Or I didn't eat anything because my brother had made something I didn't want for breakfast. I don't like a lot of things that. Oh, my phone. Oh, okay. I don't know why it does that, but you know, they cook like weird stuff for breakfast. Like, you know, they go to the Dollar Tree like every morning, and they're just like, oh, whatever we can find here, we're cooking today. So they made like those weird Vienna sausages. I don't like those sausages. I don't like hot dogs or Vienna sausages. Those just make me. I don't like it. They taste rubbery. I don't like them. So I did not eat that because I was not like. Literally, I don't know. They gross me out, so I didn't eat anything. And I was just like, well, you know, I'm just gonna eat whatever we eat at my aunt's house because either we were gonna order something or I was gonna starve that day. So, we by the way, it took us about 30 minutes to get out the door, not including the time when we were eating. So I got my clothes, I ate, and then I got my bag, and you know, I'm sitting there waiting at the door with my brother. I'm waiting at the door with my brother, and we're inside. We're just sitting there at the stairs waiting at the door. And Talia and her mom, they're in the other room, and they're just now choosing to get ready as we are all ready to leave. I'm sitting here half asleep at the table getting ready to leave, and then just now she decides to take a shower and, you know, do her hair, put lotion on, do all that. It's like, you guys could not have done this, like, before we ate or something? You really couldn't have done that before we ate. What maniac does that? What maniac gets ready like that? You wake up, you eat, you get dressed, you eat food, and then you take a shower, and then you get dressed again. What? That does not make sense. But that's like putting on your makeup and then taking a shower. That doesn't make sense. But, you know, she had to take a shower. We had to wait there for like 10 minutes while they were arguing in the bathroom because she didn't want to take a shower. And she was like, well, I'm already going to get wet at the water park, so who cares? You know, normal 10-year-old stuff that she says. You know, normal stupid 10-year-old stuff like, oh, well, I'm going to get wet at the water park. Why do I need to take a shower? The water is going to cleanse me when I get to Kalahari. So they're arguing. I'm sitting there like really freaking annoyed because they were taking taking like 30 minutes in the bathroom. It's like they really couldn't have just done this earlier. So they come out, she's in a towel, and she goes to like pick out her clothes, and her mom is still packing her bags. I don't know. You'd think if they were going on like this big vacation thing, they would have planned ahead, but no. Apparently, she didn't even have her bags packed yet. So she's packing Talia's bags and stuff, and Talia's getting her clothes on. She's like, "Oh, mommy, but I don't want to wear these." And I'm just like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, can we just leave?" I literally said that out loud. I was like, "Dear Jesus Christ, can we just leave?" I was so tired of this. I was hungry, I was upset, and I was tired, and I just wanted to go home. I was sitting here for 30 minutes waiting for a darn 10-year-old to get dressed while she's having a hissy fit. Like, also, whenever they're like about to go somewhere, there's always this big argument. It's like, I really do wish I would argue with somebody before I'm about to go on a vacation. Like, if I would have slightly said something off, the vacation would have just been off. Like, if we're going somewhere as simple as to like a friend or family member's house, if I would have slightly said something off, we're just not going. We're just canceling. But the fact that she was like yelling and crying and like screaming at her mom, and they still got to go, that's actually ridiculous. That is actually ridiculous. Like, if I would have just said something like along the lines of "I'm tired" or something like just made like some kind of big deal out of something. She was really sitting here screaming, kicking, like yelling mad hard at her. And I'm just sitting here like, and she's still going to get to go too. The terrible thing about this is that whenever she has an argument with her mom, I know that they're still going to go the place they're going to go. Like, she's going to threaten her like, "Oh, we're not going then," or "Oh, guess we can't go," or "Oh, well, unpack your bags." But I know that they're still going to go. So there's no point of saying all this when I know in reality that they're still going to go to the water park. So she's complaining like, "Oh, I don't want to wear this." So then her mom is like picking out an outfit that she likes. So she's like, "Okay, what do you want to wear? What do you want to wear?" So, she wears her outfit. And then she's sitting there like pulling on her hair, trying to get her hair done. They're in a rush, and I was glad that they were in a rush because I just wanted to go home as soon as possible. But they're in a rush because they're about to be late to the flight or something, and so so that happened, and we're in the car, right? And I'm sitting there in the car like half asleep on my phone, and of course, there was just a whole. If you guys listen to like the radio or something, there's like a radio called K104, right? Everybody knows what K104 is, and they went through this phase where they only played TikTok songs, like they only played songs that were popular, They went through this kind of phase where they only played TikTok songs. Like, they would play Rockstar, Playdate, and I would get happy whenever Playdate came on the radio, but then Talia would say something like, "Oh, I heard this on TikTok," and then I would get sad. That actually ruins my mood. Like, whenever I'm singing something or saying something. Like, the other day, when I posted that possibly in Michigan animatic thing, my friend had sent that back to me and was like, "Did you get this from TikTok?" And I was just like, "No, sir, I got it off of YouTube. Leave me alone, please, and just let me listen to what I want to listen to." It was like, no, really though, somebody asked me the other day, I was on the phone with my friend, and I was singing "Into the Thick of It," and he was like, "I've heard that before, but I don't know where." And I was like, "What?" And then I sung it again. He was like, "Oh, I heard that on TikTok once." He was like, "Did you get that off TikTok? You got TikTok?" I was like, "No, sir. I'm just a cultured swine who grew up with good shows. Like, it's not that serious. I watched the Backyardigans. It's really not that serious. Not every song has to come from TikTok. Like, maybe I just like this song because I heard it. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe I like Into the Thick of It because I heard it on a show once. It's not that serious." But so why I brung this up. You're probably wondering why I brung this up. So we're in the car, I'm half asleep, and they're playing Rockstar, that one DaBaby song that was like huge on TikTok. And of course, Talia's sitting there just like doing the dance and having herself a good old time and bumping into me. Mind you, we're like crammed into the back seat. Like, for some reason, her mom would not let me like have a space between us. Like, there's three-seater in the back. So and the car was especially crusty that day. Like, the car is mad nasty. I swear to God, they do not clean the car. So, like, there's like crumbs everywhere. There's like gum on the darn door handles, milkshake cups from a year ago. It's nasty. And so I'm sitting here like, can I sit over this way? And I'm kind of like, can I like sit in the middle and she can sit on that side? Or like, can I sit on this side and she can sit on the other side? Like, I just wanted to have some kind of space between us because it was hot and sticky in that car. Everything was dirty. I did not want to be touching these seats. And she said, no, y'all gotta both sit on the same side. So I was like, what's the point? So it was like we were both sitting like right directly next to each other with our shoulders touching. There was no darn point. No point at all. So yeah, I could not have a space. I was sitting there. I was tired. I wanted to go home and I was hungry. It was a hot, sticky, nasty car and I just wanted to go home. But you know what? So yeah, so like I was saying, she's bumping into me, bumping her shoulders into me while she's doing all her like whatever the heck kind of dances she was doing, but she was swinging her arms around to this song. And I just felt the need to share that she kept bumping into me so much that I legit was so tempted to curse her out, but I didn't. Like it was actually ridiculous. Like imagine being in a hot and sticky car for like 20 minutes while a 10-year-old screams in your ear and you did not get sleep that night because she was too busy bragging to you about how she had to go to a water park and how she was so tired. Literally, I'm not even kidding. The night before that, she was like complaining and she was like, oh God, I hate when my dad takes me places. I was like, I would not be complaining like that if I was about to go to a water park. And she was like, well, and her mom was like, well, yeah, Talia's dad makes her like pack her bags and stuff. It's like, yeah, you know, you'd think if you're going on some kind of big extravagant vacation, packing your bags is the least of your problems. Like it's really not that serious. Oh, boo-hoo. I have to pack my bags to go to a big extravagant water park with my father. Oh, boo-hoo. Like it's really not that serious. Okay, I don't know why I felt the need to share that. It always gets me upset. Oh wait, I have another story about her. Oh, this one. Okay, so this is a good one. So this was like I think like a week after the whole Kalahari Park thing that I just told you. So she comes back from the water park, and this was like the summer is about to end. This was after my birthday, and like a few days, my birthday's in August. I'm an August baby, so like a month after my birthday, I have to go back to school. So like we're like in the middle of August here, and I'm sitting here stressed because I have to go back to school soon. So it was like a few days after my birthday, and we were about to move back into a new apartment, so we didn't really do much. We just had a cake. That was about it. So sad birthday cake that I got to eat like 2 slices of before my cousin finished it. It was a great time, and yeah, I don't know why, but the energy that day in the house was just like everybody was mad at each other, and I don't remember why. Like my cousin was mad at my mom. I don't know. It was a whole thing. The energy in the room was just awkward and sad. I don't know. It was uncomfortable, but okay, I'm back. I don't know why my mic keeps muting. It's ridiculous, but right. So yeah, like I said, sad birthday, and this was a few days after, and they decide, oh hey, she just came back from the water park, so let's come over and visit and pick her up one last time before the summer ends because we're not going to be able to see her after that. Which they act like they're all the way across the country sometimes. Like, right now they technically are. They're in Mexico right now. They're partying up, having a vacation. They're having a vacation every other day, but I hope they're having a good time. But yeah, they're basically having a vacation every other day, but they kind of act like they're across the country. It's like it's a 30-minute drive. It's not that serious. Like I can come see you guys sometimes. Like it's really not that much to ask. Like 30-minute drive, like $6 for gas. Not that hard. But right. So she comes back, and hold on, where are we right now? All right. So she asks me like, what did you do for your birthday? And I said, well, I had a cake. That was about it. Was I lying? No, I was not. I had a cake. That was about it. And let me think. What else? Oh, I forgot about this. Okay, hold on. I'm reading off of what I said.
So she says, "Oh, that's boring. I'm having a Melanie themed party." And she did in fact say that to me. Like her birthday, I think is on the 20th. So she did in fact say that to me. She was like, "Oh, that's great. Well, I'm having a Melanie Martinez themed party, so that's kind of lame." Which, mind you, she did not have. I don't remember where she went last year for her birthday, but I think she went to like a different. I don't think we were there. No, we were not there on her birthday. Yeah, she is always going somewhere. Like I literally had to postpone my gift like a whole entire month because she was there. She was somewhere for like a whole entire month and didn't come over to our house for like a month. So I had to postpone my gift, which was literally I just gave her a bunch of my old dolls because I didn't use them anymore, and also she lost them already, which she told me. So yeah. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't that year though. That was this year. Yeah, no, that was this year. When I gave her a bunch of my old dolls and she told me that she lost them already. So, this is, I guess, note to me, that's what I get for being a nice person. uh, she said her cousin broke one of them, so I guess that's what I get for being nice. Right. So she says we might also go to Six Flags, but since you're moving tomorrow, you can't go. And then she says also that her dad said they might go back to Kalahari. That actually did happen. She says to me like something like, "Oh yeah, well on my birthday we might be going to Six Flags," and then my dad said we might be going back to Kalahari. It's like what the heck? When you hear the stuff, she's always talking about going somewhere unnecessarily like for her birthday. It's like you'd think for someone who always complains whenever they're going somewhere that her birthday would just be canceled. Like imagine you're like going on a vacation, like let's say every 2 months. Let's say you're going on a vacation every 2 months, right? Which they are. You're going on a vacation every 2 months. And every single time you're about to go somewhere, you're arguing with your mother over something. Like either it's like, "Oh, you took away my phone," or it's, "Oh, I don't want to clean my room." But you still get to go. You would think that after all those months of being a brat and your birthday comes up, that you wouldn't get to do anything for your birthday. But she went to a water park. And now they're in Mexico. I don't know what that's about, but yeah, no, that's no. If I would have said something slightly off before my birthday, it would just be canceled. Like if I were to just say something like if I would have been asked to clean my room and I would have just rolled my eyes, like my whole birthday would have been canceled. I don't know why she's still going places. Really, just spoiling the child. If I would have just slightly said something, the whole day would have been canceled. I'm trying to find some more things on my rant book, but I really can't find anything that isn't about somebody that I don't want to talk about. Let's see. Let's see if I found like if I can find anything. Why am I singing? Yeah, no, I can't really find anything else other than my wait. Oh yeah, no, other than my rant book, I can't exactly find anything else. So I'm gonna go back to my book of randomness and see if there's anything I forgot to talk about. Cause this I just love venting out anger to nobody. Where is your mother? Oh, I remember this. Okay. So long story short, there's somebody on Wattpad, right? So we all know that there's gonna be restrictions on how YouTube like there are people who are like, or the moderators are like, you have to be 13 or older to be on YouTube, but we all know that there's still children on YouTube. Like we all know that there's nothing we can do about that. I made a whole video on it. I made a whole rant on it like a month or two ago, talking about how there's children on YouTube and there's nothing we can do about it, so we got to stop complaining. But yeah, we all know that on most websites you have to be 13 or older to view. But there's still going to be like a bunch of like 12-year-olds or 11-year-olds being like, "Ooh, I'm not supposed to be on here on my mom's tablet," stuff like that. So, basically, on Wattpad you have to be 13 years or older. But we all know that there's going to be underage people on Wattpad. Like, of course there are. Like, yeah, but you know what bothers me? When there are underage children on websites they should not be on, and they're announcing their age. Like on YouTube, I swear you can search up like any video, like literally search up something like Pop It or Fidget Collection.
That's where they're at the most. Like Pop It Fidget Collection or like My Little Pony, something like that. Like anything kids related. And go into the comments, and I swear half of the comments will be something like, I'm 10 and I'm not supposed to be watching this, or I'm 9 and I'm on my mom's phone. What's up, guys? Like, if you're gonna be on a site underage, at least don't announce your age to people. At least. That is the least you can do. That is the least amount of effort. You can just at least not talk about your age on here. I have this chapter in my random book called "Where Is Your Mother." Okay, to paraphrase, or not paraphrase, to read from what I said. Someone followed me, and I'm not putting their username because I feel oddly nice today, and I don't feel like starting drama with a literal 11-year-old. I just want to show you their bio. So here's their bio. I'm not paraphrasing anything. This is exactly what their bio says. So their bio starts off with them saying anxiety and ADHD. Okay, anxiety. I remember when on r/gotcha life cringe there was somebody talking about, you guys, I have anxiety, and it's like yeah, we all have anxiety. It's you can have severe anxiety. It's not like it's not like some kind of quirky mental trait. Everybody has anxiety about something every once in their life. It's not like some kind of quirky mental illness. Everybody has anxiety. I don't know why people think that's such a quirky thing to have. Oh my god, you guys, I have anxiety. Pray for me. It's just called an emotion you get when you're worried or scared. It's not that serious. So they say, okay, so after they say anxiety and ADHD, they go on to say, call me Dextrin, Dexter, or Dexy, only my GF. So that was the first red flag. The fact that this would be interesting. You're probably thinking, "Oh, that's cute. She has a nickname only for her significant other." But here's where things get weird. Here's where things get weird. She says then after that, "Hi, ... Yes, I'm 11." Embarrassed faced emoji. Come on, man. Why? You could have just, here's the smart thing people do on Wattpad. You can at least just, if you don't want any like creeps or anything, you don't have to put your specific age. You can just say minor. It's that simple. You don't have to put like, hi, I'm 10 years old. Please don't try anything. You could literally just say minor or old enough to be on here. It's not, you don't have to, no one's telling you to announce your age. When you sign up for Wattpad, you literally have to acknowledge the fact that you are in fact old enough to be on there. I don't get it, but okay. So then after she says she's 11, she says my fluffy bean, and then tags someone, Uwu gang. So yeah, that's like the cringiest thing I've ever read in my life. And then after that, under her bio, she says Uwu gang, she says taken and buy. And then she says, love GF Caitlin, means so much to me. Without her, I would die. She is perfect. Heart face cat emoji. I actually hate it here. The fact that she feels the need to share this. Oh god, the fact that she also shared her age too, like she wants to be ratted out. I thought this was a troll. I really thought it was a troll at first. I actually thought it was a troll because it was just too perfect. Like she announced her age and she's saying things an 11-year-old shouldn't say. It was too good to be true. Of course, I couldn't pass up an opportunity to. I couldn't pass up the opportunity to talk about that. It's just funny. Okay, I am breathing. Breathing is fun. Someone report this girl. What is this? Oh no, it's just me talking about Brooke. Oh boy, we all love Brooke. Oh my god, I forgot to talk about this. Okay, speaking of Brooke. So, if you don't know Brooke, Brooke is a girl who used to be in my old school. I'm not in danger anymore. She was in my old school. She does not know where I am currently. But she used to be in my old school, and she was just basically some girl who went online and like pretended to be someone else and then would like troll me basically. It started out as her pretending to be like a fangirl, And then after that, she was just trying to get reactions out of people because it started off as a joke. And then it started turning into like literal harassment. And then she freaking doxed me. So yeah, I know I'm talking about this so calmly, but it was in the past. It was like 2 years ago, and I don't live there anymore. So have fun to whoever lives there now. But yeah, no, I said she doxed me so calmly that people probably aren't going to believe that. They're gonna be like, why is she talking about the situation so calmly? Yeah, I literally don't live there anymore. That was 2 years. And also somebody asked me, why don't you report Brooke to the police or somebody? I did. Like, where have you been for the past 2 years? Like, she has been reported to someone. Like, she's literally under watch. Have you wondered why she has not come online for the past year? It's because I reported her to someone. She literally has not been online for the past year. No, it's not because she changed. It's because she literally does not have a phone anymore. Like, y'all really trying to make it seem like she had some kind of immense character development. No, it's because her mommy took away her phone. I swear to God, there were really people on Wattpad talking about, guys, we have to stop talking about Brooke. She's not doing anything wrong anymore. She might have changed. She hasn't been talking for a year. That's because her mom took away her phone. It's really not that serious. It's not like she said to herself, I have bettered myself as a person, and I'm going to stop doxing people now because I'm better than that. And then just deleted Wattpad. I literally reported her, and now she does not have a phone. It's not like she had some kind of character development. She literally does not have a phone anymore. She cannot talk if she wants to. But why I brought up Brooke was the fact that someone had really accused me the other day. They said, you know what? Brooke sounded awfully a lot like your cousin. Which, because if you're wondering how they know what Brooke sounds like, so I used to be friends with this person, right? And they were telling me, they were saying stuff like, hee, go to Brooke's house and confront her, which I don't know why they wanted me to do that, but I agreed to anyways, and I went to Brooke's house. We just like walked around outside for a few minutes. And also oh god, I lost it. I don't remember what I was going to say. I actually need help. But yeah, so we were just walking outside her house for a few minutes, and we were like, I wasn't going to straight up just come up to her and be like, hey, can you like not threaten to kill me? That would be really nice. You know, we had a normal conversation, and chunks of that normal conversation were recorded. Chunks of this conversation we were having, right? And my phone had died. So chunks of the conversation, like I said, had been recorded before my phone died. So I had compiled all that junk, and I had sent it to the friend who asked me to talk to Brooke. Because, I don't know, I guess they just wanted to hear her. And at the time, they were like, oh, okay. Wow, they were like, oh, wow, she really said that? Oh, wow, that's crazy. Oh, wow, how are y'all talking like normal human beings after she doxed you? But here's the thing. After that had happened, then there was some like big drama with me and that person who had asked me to send that video of Brooke. And you know what they had the audacity to say? Then they were like, well, I knew she was lying the whole time, and I clearly knew it was her cousin. Really? Really? Okay, first of all, let me tell you something. My cousin is an hour away. I literally, it's not like she lives across the street from me. I do not have easy access to talking to her. Literally, it's rare that she answers her phone. It's not like she lives across the street from me. Do you really think I would have gotten her and would have been like, hey, I need you to pretend to harass me? How funny would that have been? How fun. Imagine coming up to your cousin and being like, I need you to pretend to bully me for 2 years. And the fact that, that's kind of like, that kind of just reminded me of like, I don't know, like someone doing some kind of math problem and they're like, what's your answer? And then you get the problem wrong and they're like, no, actually it's this. And you're like, well, I knew that. I was just trying to see if you knew that. That's basically what she had did. She told me to send the clip of Brooke talking. I sent it to her and she was like, oh, I can't believe she said that. We had this whole conversation about it back and forth like, oh, wow, she's really acting like nothing happened, laughing emojis. And then 2 years later, she's like, yeah, I knew it was fake, you guys. Like, I'm not stupid. Like, I knew it was fake. I knew that it was her cousin. Also, if I still had that video, I could literally show you that it sounds like nothing like my cousin. Like, if you literally heard her voice ever, I'm gonna find the video. I swear, I'm gonna find the video. She has my the girl who asked has my number blocked, so I want to see if I can find it through our old messages. But if I find the video, then I'm gonna make a whole like video on it, and I'm gonna be like, these voices sound a bit different. Literally, if you have literally ever heard my cousin's voice, she has a whole entire YouTube channel. She's been on my channel multiple times, and she sounded nothing like the video I sent. But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. My cousin was literally there defending me as Brooke was bullying me. Like, Brooke was saying all this stuff about, like, her at the time boyfriend. And, she was saying stuff like, oh, well, you know what? You and your cousin just need to screw off. And, and my cousin was there, literally sitting there witnessing me, like, type this all out to Brooke and watching her reply to us. Like, we were literally sitting there DMing her. Okay, imagine this. Me, my cousin, on the same bed, texting Brooke. And Brooke is replying. So, how do you think my cousin would have been replying on a different device at the same time that Brooke would reply while she was sitting right next to me? How do you think that would have happened? Oh, also, speaking of people pretending to be Brooke, speaking of people pretending to be Brooke, I knew this girl named Taz, which she was 11. I don't know why I didn't just report her account. Like, I should have known, like, an 11-year-old should not be on here. But, like, when I joined Wattpad, I wasn't 13 either, so. But, yeah, no. So I didn't report her because we both simultaneously knew. We were like, okay, we're both not supposed to be here. So, I didn't snitch. So, she's 11, and well, she was 11 at the time I knew her. This happened like 2 years ago, I think. So Taz was one of like the first friends I've ever had on Wattpad. Like, she was like one of the first people I've ever met on Wattpad. And and it was all good and normal. And one day we had got Brooke's third account deleted. Third account. Keep in mind, she's up to like I think 10 accounts now. 10 or 12. But, she has 3 accounts now. Or she used to have 3 accounts. I'm sorry. Okay. Let me restart that because that might be confusing. 2 years ago, knew this girl named Taz. Really sweet. She was 11. I don't know why I keep feeling the need to bring up her age, but I'm just letting you know that she should not have been on Wattpad at all. And, right. So Brooke was on her third account at this point, and me, Taz, and some other girl had just got people to spam report her account so she could get off of Wattpad. And so we got Brooke's third account terminated. We were like, yeah, we did it. She's no longer here to dox anybody else. And, well, I can't even say that. That was before she doxed me. So I guess to bully somebody else. So basically, then after that, I'm sorry, I got cut off. But, what was I saying? Dang, how come everybody in the house just decides to bust in as soon as I make a video? My god. But, shoot, what was I saying? Right. Okay, right. So this was before Brooke had doxed me, and like it was serious. On her third account. So basically, let me explain this to you. Her first account name was Pastel Panini Lover. Pastel Panini was my old Wattpad username. Don't try to look it up. It got terminated. I don't remember why my account got terminated, but it did for whatever reason it did. I still don't know why. I contacted Wattpad about it multiple times, and they just said, well, I don't know, figure that out yourself. So yeah, Wattpad sucks, and they have like no remorse when deleting your account that had like no problems at all. Like I think someone could have just spam reported me out of pettiness. Either that or like, I don't know, either that or I had violated some kind of law that they didn't tell me, even though Wattpad is legally supposed to tell you before. It doesn't matter, but also Wattpad once threatened to take down my account because I had posted a vent, They said somebody, had a concerned community member had reported one of my vents, and they said something like, if this persists, we will have no choice but to terminate your account. Wattpad literally does not like when you talk about your feelings on your account. Literally, you cannot say anything. You could say something along the lines of, life is sad, and Wattpad will be like, well, if this persists, we are going to have to terminate your account because you are hurting others. Come on, man. I can't even talk about my own darn life on here without y'all getting triggered. But, you know, anyways, besides from Wattpad not doing their job and being a sucky company, um, uh, shoot, what was I saying? Right. So either someone had spam reported me or something. I had broken some kind of law that they didn't tell me about. But yeah. So don't try searching up Pastel Panini because it doesn't exist anymore. And before it had got taken down and it was my first main account, Brooke's name was Pastel Panini Lover. And you know, it was all a good funny joke at first, like between me and the person running the account, because I did in fact at the time know IRL Brooke. So at the time she made this account, I really just thought it was funny. And I wasn't gonna tell anyone, hey, yeah, this is just a troll account, because that would take the funny out of it. That would take the funny out of it. So I kind of pretended like I didn't know this person. I was just like, who are you? Why are you so obsessed with my account? You know, it was a running joke at first. And I thought it was funny to see people's reactions like, hey, can you please leave this person alone? They don't like you. I just thought it was funny that people, I don't know, I just kind of thought it was funny. But, you know, oh, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I just thought it was funny at the time. And so she made like 2 more accounts after that. And every single time she came back, she would be like, you thought you could get rid of me. And I thought it would be like glaringly obvious to people that it was a troll account, but people were really like thinking stuff like, oh my god, this person just came onto Wattpad and started randomly fangirling over this person. But I really thought it would be clear that this was a troll account. Like, literally, the spelling was the spelling of an 8-year-old. You could clearly tell it was a troll account. It was just kind of funny that people really thought I was being harassed. But you could clearly tell her first 3 accounts were troll accounts and that she wasn't really a fangirl. But after her 3rd account gets terminated, I said to IRL Brooke, who I'm not gonna, I'll just say her name. Her name was Alessia or Alexa, something like that. I'm so used to calling her Brooke. I am so used to calling her Brooke. Alessia or Alexa. I guess we're just gonna call her Alexa because that's easier for me to remember. Alyssa. It was Alyssa. Alexia. Really, Alexia. Alyssa. I'm so used to calling her Brooke. I don't want to call her Alyssa, but IRL Brooke or Alyssa. Okay, I'm back. But right, what I was saying, Alyssa, or I keep wanting to call her Alexia. That's not her name. Alyssa. I guess I'm used to saying Alexia because I was like literally all last night I was on the phone with my friend and we were talking about J Station. If you don't know who J Station is, like you can literally just search up his name and find like a bunch of drama channels talking about him. But J Station used to have a girlfriend named Alexia, and we were literally just talking about how we felt bad for her nonstop last night. So I'm so used to saying Alessia. I almost said Alexia again. Alyssa. I talked to Alyssa. I'm just gonna call her IRL Brooke anymore if this keeps happening. I had talked to Alyssa the next day, and I told her, okay, we should probably stop because there's actually people who are concerned. And she says to me, well, I thought it was funny. I said, I thought it was funny too, but there are idiots on the internet. So she says, okay, I'm going to stop now. And she makes a fourth account. And I'm thinking, this is weird. You were supposed to stop. So let me tell you what happens before that. So we both agreed that she was going to stop making accounts. And after that, we are walking to school, right? And I only ever told two people about this. I'm pretty sure I only told two people in my friend group about it. It was some girl named Jamie who is not friends with me anymore, and I don't remember why, and Jamie's girlfriend. And those were the only two people I had told. And I'm still friends with Jamie's girlfriend, but still. Anyways, yes, so those were the only two people I had told about this. And I'm walking to school with Alyssa, and I get a Wattpad notification, and it's a DM from Pastel Panini Lover 4. And I'm thinking, excuse me, you were supposed to stop making accounts. And I look up at her, and I was like, I thought you stopped making new accounts. She said, what? And I was like, what is this? And she was like, I don't know what that is. And we both just kind of stared at each other in confusion. And we were like, you said you were going to stop making accounts. And so, this DM from Pastel Panini Lover 4 just says, love me. And I'm just like, okay, come on, man. Who's really pretending to be Brooke? Because this is honestly funny. It's honestly funny. Someone's really pretending to be Brooke. But, so then I just said no. And then they started like this whole conversation saying stuff like, be with me, I love your content. And and I really thought like Alyssa was playing some kind of joke on me, or Alyssa got like one of her friends to pretend to be Brooke for me. And I thought it was so funny. But then I realized that it was Taz. So remember Taz, who I brought up earlier? Taz has a girlfriend. I don't remember Taz's girlfriend's name, but for the sake of this, let's say her name's Millie and Taz. I don't know. Let's say Taz's girlfriend's name is Millie, and it was just the first name that came to my mind. But let's say her girlfriend's name is going to be Millie, and Taz is like messaging me from Brooke's account, and or not from Brooke's account, but she made a new account pretending to be Brooke. And she was like, love me, I love your content, I love you, please do not block me. And I'm just sitting here like, Brooke is with me now. And she just says, huh? And I'm just like, I literally have Brooke with me right now. She just says, huh? And then blocks me. She blocked me, y'all. I really exposed her and she blocked me. I really literally just told her, Alyssa is literally right next to me. And she blocked me. And so I'm just like, okay, well, that's funny. And when I got home that day, oh shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh, right, when I got home that day, she was, the Taz had posted on her Wattpad, help, please. And it was a book called Help Please. And she had tagged me in it, because you know how on Wattpad you can type in someone's username and it'll make sure that they see the book. And so I went onto it, to this book, because I'm like, okay, this does not sound good, like what's going on. And I go on to also keep in mind at this time I did not know it was Taz. I didn't know it was Taz at all. So I'm thinking Taz is in some kind of serious trouble. And the book is called like Help Me or Help Us or something like that. And she tags me to it so that I can see it. And I go onto the book, and it's her talking about, Brooke is back, everybody. She has started harassing me and Millie. I need you all to spread awareness. And I'm just thinking, no way she's actually doing this. Like, no way.
So I really didn't know it was Taz until like the last minute, and I don't even know if it still is Taz. Like to this day, I'm just assuming it was because who would make a fake account as Brooke? And like only my small friend group knew about Brooke. It's not like we were going and telling people, "Hey, yes, please go check out this account." It's not like we were actively like tagging Brooke and being like, "Yes, go report this account," because she wasn't technically doing anything wrong to get reported. She was being a troll. She was being a troll. You know, trolls. There's no reason to report them, but you could obviously tell that it was a troll account. So we were just like kind of like so we were just like kind of sitting there, and I told them like, you guys, someone's fangirling over me, and I knew that it was Alyssa, but they didn't. So it was just funny at first that only like my small friend group of four knew. My small friend group of four knew that this account, and I never told them that the first three accounts were. I knew they knew that it was a troll, but I told them that it was somebody I knew like in real life, but I never told them that the account was a troll. They knew that I did in fact know Brooke in real life, but I did not tell them like, hey, yeah, no, she was never fangirling over me. That was all a joke. I probably should have done that sooner, but you know what? I don't know if it's there, it's there, it's there. Who cares? No one cares anymore. But you know, also keep in mind, I don't like have Brooke's number anymore. Like we do not communicate anymore because like I'm scared she's finna dox me again. She didn't even have to like. It wasn't like the kind of doxing where you like find someone's like IP address and then you do all this like hacker computer stuff. She literally just knew where I lived. Like she just lived like around literally around the corner. Like we walked to school every morning. She just knew where I lived. So it's not like she like was doing all this crazy hacker stuff to dox me. She literally just knew information about me because we had been friends for like 2 years prior. So anyways, like I was saying, after that, um, Taz is still on this fake Brooke account. And she had this whole conversation with herself. I'm not even kidding. She would reply as Brooke and then reply as herself on her main account and then go back to the Brooke account and reply again. Like the conversation was like, it was something like tell Panini to love me, and then Taz would go, no dude, leave her alone, she's my friend. And then she would say something like, you know what, all your friends are douchebags. And it's like she was really trying to be heroic, like she was really trying to like make it seem like she was so brave and standing up for me, like no, you can't bother my friends. But it's just embarrassing when you figure out that she is literally talking to herself. Also, so after that, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah. So then she goes onto the Brooke account and then unblocks me so that I can see her type. Keep in mind, this is not Brooke. This is Taz on a Brooke account. She made her own account to pretend to be Brooke. And she types on this fake Brooke account, you guys, I don't like Panini anymore. I like Taz now. And I swear to God, I was sitting, I was about to cry. I was really like, you're really making fun of my situation. You're really trying to make fun of this. It's not even that funny anymore. Like we were over it, bro. It's not even that funny anymore. Okay, we get it. Haha, she was a funny fangirl. Haha. You really didn't have to. Like she really was the one who turned it into a situation. Like if it weren't for this, it wouldn't be a situation anymore. But here's the thing. Here's the thing though. So then she went on to harass herself, and on this fake Brooke account, Taz then went on to her main account. And you know how on Wattpad you can switch to alternate, accounts and stuff. If you don't understand what I mean, like let's say you have an account, you can sign out, make a new account, and then go onto your previous account to like message yourself or say something to yourself or just comment on your own message board, comment on your books, So, and nobody would know it's you either. So she went on to this Brooke account and then messaged her main account saying something like, Taz, love me. I will give up Panini if you just love me. And I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ, girl, no. Girl, no. You have a whole entire girlfriend. Why can't you just harass her, bro? Literally, what more attention do you need? You out here fiending for attention and you're in a whole darn relationship. What more attention do you need? I don't understand. What more attention would you need? Like, she was in a whole darn relationship and she was really fiending for attention. So I think I briefly talked about this in one of my other videos, but yeah. Long story short, uh, then she proceeded to harass her girlfriend, and she was saying stuff like, oh, your girlfriend's mine now. Oh, Taz loves me now. And then she was like, you guys, we have to report her account. Now she's harassing me, and she really tried to like shift it from me getting bothered to her getting bothered. And she was just like, I'm just another victim of Brooke. And the funny thing is, this wouldn't be funny at all if Brooke wasn't a troll account. Like, if this was actually like happening to me, like if some creep had just popped up out of nowhere and like started harassing me, talking about I love you and stuff like that, it wouldn't be as funny that Taz was now trying to shift this all on her. But it's funny because I know who made the account and the fact that this isn't serious. So the fact that Brooke's first 3 accounts were fake makes this just more funny to me. Like, she really tried to take this fake situation and put it all on her. And then she was like, you guys, we have to harass this account. We have to report her because Brooke is harassing me now. And so they got the account taken down, and Taz never did that again. But then after that, she was like, oh my God, you guys, thank you so much. I was so frightened for my life. It's like, girl, you was sitting there DMing yourself. It's not like she was threatening to murder you. You was sitting there DMing yourself. I don't know. That is the funniest thing ever. I swear to God, that is just the funniest thing ever. But I don't know. Since we were on the topic of someone accusing me of faking Brooke's existence, because you'd think, like, imagine faking someone's existence and then doxing yourself. Like, do you really think I would post my own address online? Look, I'm stupid, but I'm not that stupid. I'm not gonna go as far as to post my own address online to make it seem like somebody doxed me. I'm not gonna do that. You'd think that they would put 2 and 2 together and figure out the fact that I would not, in fact, post my own address. I'm trying to find something else to talk about. Oh my God, I had this friend once. Okay, I'm gonna go on like a mini side tangent, right? So, her name's Lisa, but I already named someone in one of my previous stories Lisa, and it was Bleak's fake name. But since we all know it was Bleak already, we're going to disassociate Bleak and Lisa, because I have a real friend named Lisa, and that is her real name. I can't find any other name for her other than Lisa. So Bleak and Lisa are no longer the same person. Disassociate those two in your head, okay? Because I was just using Lisa as a cover-up name for Bleak. So, Lisa is a whole nother person now. So Lisa is this friend I had since first grade. She is weird. We were like, for some reason, always getting in trouble, and you just running around randomly in the middle of the night. Like, she was kind of like those, so like, imagine this movie where like there's this like main character, and they're like these 2 like baddie best friends. They're always doing stuff they're not supposed to do because they're cool. That was basically us. But we're not friends anymore because I'll share this story later. But one time she had gotten me lost, and I got like in trouble for that. I'll share that in a second. But Lisa is, to put it blankly, she's a liar. She makes like these obviously fake stories, and you can clearly tell that the stories she tell are fake. And I forgot why I brought that up. Oh, right. So we're walking like to the store one day, and she turns to me and she says, "Hey, you see that over there?" And I said, "Yeah." And she was basically pointing to this store, and she was like, "Right outside of there, I got jumped by all my TikTok fans." And I was like, "Are you serious?" I really looked at her and I was like, "Are you serious?" She really just turned to me and said, "Hey, I got jumped by all my fans right there." And I really looked at her and I said, "Are you serious?" Like not like disbelief. Are you serious? But I really like are you serious? Like really? And she says to me, "Yeah, they really jumped me because they wanted an autograph." And I really thought, girl, you have like 100 followers on TikTok and you post videos of you fake crying for attention. It's not that, like, she's the type of girl on Snapchat to like post like a video of just her eye and she's just crying, and then she'll put like heartbroken or something over it. And then you ask her what's wrong, and she's like, nothing. Only my best friends will know. She literally did that. I cannot explain to you how much that gets me upset. Like, literally, she was the type of person to do that. And she would post like videos of her crying, and you could clearly tell that the crying was fake because there were no tears coming out of her eyes. So she's just like covering up her face with her like hoodie sleeve, and she's just like, it's like you could clearly tell that it was fake crying, right? So I don't know what fans you gained off of doing that, but I hope you had fun getting jumped by all of your imaginary fans. But I don't know. It was just the fact that she really said that like she was famous or something. Girl, you have like 60 followers on TikTok. It's not that serious. But um, what else was I gonna say? All right, so also she had this boyfriend named Justin like 8 times. Like, okay, let me explain. That might sound weird. So she got with this guy named Justin, right? That they had like 2 classes together, and every single time we had like some kind of interaction, she'd be talking about something like, oh, Justin got me a flower. Oh, Justin liked my Instagram poster. It's like, I don't care. And like, she would always be talking about him and stuff. And then like 2 weeks later, she would come up to me crying and be like, Justin broke up with me because he cheated on me. And I'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, even though we're not supposed to have relationships this young. And she would like sob to me, and she'd be like, oh, it's fine, I don't need him anyways. And then 2 weeks later be like, oh, hey, yeah, me and Justin got back together. And then they would be in this endless cycle of breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together. And then this is actually ridiculous. And then she like showed me this like cringy edit she made of just a bunch of photos of Justin, and at the end it said love you baby, and it had the darn sweater weather song over it. I actually hate her so much. It was the cringiest thing I've ever watched in my life, bro. And it's just like, oh god, they were hugging in the middle of the road. It's, why are y'all doing this? Why are y'all doing this? Like, and keep in mind, this was like 2 years ago. This was in 6th grade, y'all. 6th grade, keep in mind. So we were like, what, like 11? I think we were like 11 or 10 at this time. So that was actually ridiculous. And oh my god, why can't I breathe? I've been talking for mad long. My chest hurts. So I need to calm down, don't I? I need to drink water. I'm about to have a stroke. Okay. Alive. I'm alive. Right. So I just brought that up. That was really it though. That was just like why I was like debating being friends with her. And also I think she had said something one time that had gotten me in trouble, but I don't remember what. Like, oh no, also there was one time we were, sometimes after school, I would ask my mom, like, hey, can I go over to Lisa's house? And I would go over to her house. We just, like, walk around the block and, like, talk and, like, have conversations and, like, have adventures and stuff and be places we shouldn't be. So we would just, like, walk around the block and talk and stuff like that. And sometimes we'd go to the store or just go to the park, boring stuff. We had literally nowhere to go. But one day, she stops at this house. And I'm like, where is this? She's like, Justin lives here. And she knocks on the door, and I'm like, oh, come on. Oh, you playing, right? We're not seriously like, we're not actually going into Justin's house, like, are we? And yeah, we actually did go into Justin's house, and I just had to sit there awkwardly on the couch as they cuddled and watched TikToks. And like, I actually wanted to shoot myself. Like, really though, really. Imagine calling someone and being like, hey yo, you want to hang out? and then you go over to their house just for them to go to their boyfriend's house and then hang out while you're just kind of third wheeling while you were the one who was invited. And so we sat there for like an hour, and she was like all snuggled up with him, and they were watching TikToks, and I wanted to die because I was just sitting there on this man's couch, and he doesn't like me, and I don't like him, so I don't even know why I'm here. And eventually I just got up and left. And so yeah, I just got up and left. So let me talk about the time she got me lost and it got me grounded for like a few months. So right, so one time she tells me, hey, we're going to my friend Jasmine's house. Or yeah, we're going to my friend Jasmine's house. um Now, she had tried to take me to Jasmine's house twice. She tried to take me to Jasmine's house twice. One of the times I was with Talia, because of course I was with Talia. Like, it was sometimes her mom like would, when we still like lived near her, sometimes her mom would drop her off when she like had work. So I would be like watching her, and Lisa and Talia know each other. Like, they used to be in the same school. So they knew each other. Also, me and Talia used to go to the same elementary school anyways. So Lisa, me, and Talia, we all knew each other like before this. So she did in fact know who she was. But we had brought her one time because I didn't have a choice, and it wasn't like I could just leave her at the house while I went to go hang out, because of course I had to bring her, because I just apparently cannot be happy and hang out with someone. So I had to bring her with me, and she for some reason insisted on taking her bike, which there was no reason to take your bike. We're not it's not like you're going to be riding it. She didn't ride it the whole entire time. Like, there was no point of bringing your bike when we're gonna be walking in the grass. Like, we were legit just walking in the grass and hopping over a fence. What are you gonna bring your bike for? And then we had this like whole 30-minute ordeal where we tried to like bring her bike over the fence that we were about to jump over to get to Jasmine's house, because her complex was fenced, like her apartment complex was fenced, and we could not find the way in, so we were gonna hop the fence. But of course, she had to bring her bike, so we had to throw the bike over the fence. So we had that whole like 20-minute ordeal, and then she didn't want to go over the fence, so then we had to end up just going back home and not seeing Jasmine. So there was no point of us walking a whole hour to Jasmine's house just for her to go, I actually don't want to jump over this fence. And then we just had to go back home because she decided to bring her bike for no reason, even though we were not riding anywhere. So she didn't need to ride a bike. It wasn't that serious. She didn't even ride it. She just brung it because she could. Like, I don't understand. But it wasn't her fault, even though it was completely her fault.